1410. Ask us questions. We will get you answers every week, Saturday, noon to 1 on 1410 AM WRMN Elgin. Streaming on WRMN1410.com. Chat with us on WRMN's YouTube Live channel.
Attention all sports fans. Get the latest issue of the Chicago Sports Journal featuring player profiles, team schedules, ballpark photos, and more. Visit chisportsjournal.com. Chicago sports fans are raving about the latest issue of the Chicago Sports Journal featuring owner profiles, book reviews, cafe, bar, and restaurant reviews, specials, and more. Pick up your copy of the Chicago Sports Journal at Metro train stations, retail locations throughout Chicagoland, or visit chisportsjournal.com today.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410. On WRMN, it's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
Hey everybody, welcome to Dino's Night Out right here every Friday, 2 to 4. I'm glad to be back. This is my second time now on the air again from my surgery, and that's going along pretty good. The pipes may not sound the way they used to sound, but we're getting there. Got a little mobility issues here and there, but my doctor says things are going to be okay. So I'm just happy to be here. We got some great people that we're going to be talking about. I got a great in-studio guest. His name is John Babin. You heard me or should have heard or seen it on YouTube and Facebook yesterday. Put out a little blast that he was coming on. Very excited, very talented young man. I wish I had that talent at that age. So, hey, as we remind everybody, this show is sponsored by who? Ron Onesti with the Arcada Theater, which is oshows.com. They're located in St. Charles, which is 105 East Main Street, and beautiful downtown St. Charles. You can call him at 630-962-7000. And he also has another venue. He's got the Des Plaines Theater. And what he has done with these two theaters, blow your mind. Just absolutely blow your mind. So what he has going on tonight, he has the Eric Martin. And Eric Martin, he's born in Long Island, began his musical career in the late 1970s. He went all the way through to the 80s, and he's now co-founder of Mr. Big. And that's a rock supergroup known for his hits, and I got John shaking his head like he knows all about it, like To Be With You, Wild World, and Shine. So talk about that in just a little while, too. And performing tonight as well on stage, and that's an 8 o'clock show, is Robin Taylor Zander. How cool is this? This is a career in music, was inventable for Robin Taylor Zander. It's in his heart, his soul, and his very DNA. Whose father, by the way, is the founding frontman for the iconic rock band of Cheap Trick. Robin is now a full-time member of Cheap Trick, a seamless utility player on guitar, bass, drums, and backing vocals. So could you imagine that? In the business and working with your father, huh? I tell you what, I can't imagine how cool that would have to be to do so. What do you think about that, John?
Yeah, I guess I can imagine that. That would be quite a obviously it's a family affair, all based on music. And that's there could be better. There couldn't be a better family connection there than doing it through music. I mean, why not?
Isn't that something?
It could be my father has a clothing store. At least the music is fun.
Yeah, right? Okay.
No offense to anybody who runs clothing stores.
It's all good business. But I brought you in on that because I thought you would appreciate the fact that here's this guy, it's his son, and he's playing with his son.
I love it. Yeah.
So everybody, I got him on the scene, on the screen rather, solo. This is John Babin. Welcome
Hello.
to our show today.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Wow,
Thank you.
I'm so glad you made it. The last time you were supposed to be here, I was supposed to be here too.
That's right.
But instead, I had Derek and Matt, and they both did a great job. I hope you were happy with the show.
Yeah,
But
they were great guys. I had a
Aren't
great
they
time with
something?
them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not just fill-ins; they're just regular guys, But what I want to do is just get back to the rest of what's going on at the Arcata Theater on Saturday, and I think it's kind of appropriate with the losing of Ozzy Osbourne. What an iconic artist! Nobody will ever replace him.
I have not been able to come up with the right words, but
Yeah.
I think in the next hour or two, I could think of a few to
Yeah.
say about Ozzy Osbourne.
Well, you being a composer and writer and that kind of stuff, I bet you would.
He had a lot of influence on
Yeah.
me.
Oh, did he?
Very, very much. The Black Sabbath in general, and I know we'll get to the thing, but I
Plenty
just
of
want to
time.
say Black Sabbath, those four guys and their music, and Ozzy Osbourne's just powerhouse solo career,
Amazing.
which almost eclipsed some of the success of Black Sabbath, which is kind of unheard of when people go solo.
Yeah.
Look, Black Sabbath to me, their music and Ozzy and Osbourne's influence it's so embedded in music culture and in world culture and certainly in my life. And I haven't been able to come up with exactly the right words yet. I know it's been almost a month already, but that is an incredible loss.
We got 2 hours. You'll come up with it.
We'll
don't
come
worry.
up with it.
But now on Saturday, this is the show that they have there. It's called Mama, I'm Coming Home Memorial, featuring Mr. Crowley's Ozzy Experience.
Let's go.
It's the Ozzy Salute. So really, it's just a special evening remembering the Prince of Darkness. So you don't want to miss that show. That's over at the Arcata Theater, and that, again, is on Saturday evening, 8 o'clock show. But who we have in the studio, which I've already introduced, you're seeing a little bit on the screen right now, it's John Babin. And John, he's amazing. He's award-winning, world touring. He's a live musician, uncountless places that we're going to get into. Recording artist, songwriter, singer, guitarist, multi-instrument. How do you say that word?
I'm a multi-instrumentalist.
Instrumentalist. Thanks. Yeah, see, I knew you'd help me get through there. So this is who we got in the studio. So once again, welcome, John. Glad you're here.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks for having me, Dino. I'm glad to see you up and about.
Yeah,
and,
it feels good.
Back at it. I was here last time with the other guys, Derek and Matt, and they were great. And I hope to see them again. But yeah, it's good to be on the program with you being the guy, the host. So
I enjoyed the heck out of doing this. I got to be honest. I did not. When I got into the WRMN and I introduced you to my partner, when I got here, I was like, I don't want to do all this stuff. I'll get things ready. I'll run the business. We'll get it all going. But then we had a spot open, and Tammy, she does, Tammy and Friends, which is Monday through Thursday. And so I says, yeah, okay, what the heck? Let's give this a shot. I'll see if I got it. And, with knowing Ron, I've known Ron for a gazillion years. And he brings different people to me. I found on my own. And I says, well, okay, let's see if we could turn this into show people what's in the Fox River Valley, which you go beyond as well, but you also perform within the Fox River Valley.
That's right.
And I said, why not get some people on? So this is why we're doing this today.
The Fox River was my backyard for a long time.
Oh, really? Where were you originally born and raised?
Well, I'm originally born in Chicago, but by the time I went to high school, I went to Hampshire High School and then lived in and out of the area and in and out of the downtown area of Chicago for a long time. But in the last few years, I lived on the west side of the Fox River in Dundee, and it was my backyard view.
Well, that's not bad at all.
It was very nice. Yeah.
Excellent. Hey, listen, if anybody wants to call in, it's real simple. All you got to do is call 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. You could talk direct to John. I know a lot of you guys are tired of talking to me, but you would never get tired of talking to this gentleman. He's got so many attributes, so many credentials. I mean, we're just going to hit a couple of them as we go. So before we get to the bottom of the hour, I'm going to talk about one more thing, and it kind of goes in, I think, with this, rock and roll, and we see so many stars that have come and gone too soon because of addiction, right?
Yes.
And you're going to say, where the heck is he coming from with this? Well, I'm going to tell you. I went into the hospital when they were filling in for me because my arm wouldn't move, my legs wouldn't move. So I went into the hospital there for about 2.5 days. I was getting scheduled to get the C3 through 7 operation done, which they go through the front of your neck. And I says, okay, that's fine. But it got escalated because of what they saw and what had to happen. So my doctor said, okay, we'll send you some meds home with you. And you take them and you, as needed and what have you. Okay, I said, fine, no problem at all. So the first set of meds I get is the hydrocodone, I get Vicodin, right? I said, okay, fine. Then I get the muscle relaxer, cyclobenzaprine, I think is what it is. And that, for whatever reason, as I've been going through a lot of stuff, that knocks me out. I mean, it really. So now all of a sudden, I'm getting the oxycodone. So I've got these 3 major league drugs, and I've had my both shoulders done. I had the rotator cuffs. So I put them on this chart right now. I'm scheduling. One is saying every 4 to 5 hours. One is saying every 1 to 3. One is another 4 to 6. So I'm like, how can I put these in here? So here I'm taking a Vicodin. Then I'm taking 2 hours later, I'm taking this oxycodone. Then I'm taking a muscle relaxer. And my poor ex-wife, who came in so kindly to help me, I guess I was a real monster to her. So I'm going to tell to her and to God and everybody, Jeannie, I am so sorry for being the way I was. I was wearing, this neck brace I had to have on. So my friends were calling me up, and I was like, it sounded like Ozzy, as a matter of fact. One guy even said it. He says, Dean, what's going on? I said, well, I don't know. It's hard to talk with this neck brace. So finally, Jeannie had the brains to tell me. She says, Dean, it's not the neck brace. She says, look what you're taking.
You're on a cocktail.
Yeah. So I'm yelling at her. I says, no, you're wrong. I says, I did this with my shoulders. I know you have to stay in front of the pain. So as it turned out, the doctor that did my surgery on the neck procedure only sent the oxycodone and that muscle relaxer. The other doctor from when I was in the hospital never told me he sent them other pain pills. So here I'm thinking my doctor's sending me these 3. So I knocked out the 1, went just to the 2. I think I became a little bit more of a normal person. I don't know. I think the damage is done with Jeannie. I don't know if she'll ever talk to me again, but I guess that was pretty rough. And, folks, if you have to go through these procedures, pay attention to what it is. Only take it when you need to take it, because this stuff is highly addictive and could put you in another dimension.
Yeah, to say the least.
Right?
I mean, there you can, you will be on a different planet with the amount with the pharmaceuticals.
And I went through
you
a good 2-3 days, 4 days of this.
Yeah, and you could just be prescribed.
Yeah, and it was prescribed.
This by doctors. This isn't just street drugs. I mean,
Yeah.
some of the drugs you mentioned are street drugs.
Well, yeah.
And not that I would know, but hey, look.
Hey, look, we all know what's out there.
No,
I'm
it's-
former
it's-
law enforcement as well, and people are on the street. We know what's up. We know the time of day.
It's pretty insane.
But I'm telling you, everybody, if you have to take the meds, take them. But if you don't, stay away and listen to other people. Finally, I listened to her. I stopped taking them. I feel much better.
Good.
Much, much better. So here we are here today. So enough about that. Enough about me. But a lot of people have been asking me questions. They called me up. They said, geez, Dean, you sounded terrible. And the one guy did. He says, man, you sound like Ozzy Osbourne. I can't know what you're talking about. What are you saying? So those are my close guys, my Knights of Columbus guys. So, all right, that's all in there. That's past. Again, Jeannie, sorry for the way I've treated you through all that, or anybody else for that matter who hasn't come up forward. So today we're going to talk to John. And John Babin, like I said, we know he's a musician. He's going to play a few tunes here right inside the Studio 14, which we're so happy to have. But he's a recording artist and a songwriter. And, I start looking up all this stuff. Usually that's not the same person, correct? Isn't it? A songwriter and the recording artist, singer, composer. Usually it's either one or the other. The way I read it was like the composer works with the band to make everything all work. You do all of them.
Yeah, on the most recent album I've done, and I've done other work where it's just like strictly solo work. Yes, I I think it takes a lot of guts and it takes a particular type of personality to have a full band and have someone's first and last name attached to it. There's only a few examples I think that really works. I think it works in the Jimi Hendrix experience. It works with John Mayer, but
Sure.
I also think that there's some people who have full 10-piece bands and it's just someone's name, and I think that's kind of, I don't know if that necessarily works or that it's fair to the musicians that play. So when I do my own solo stuff, I make sure to do all the instruments. And again, like, going back to examples where it really works, like obviously Jimi Hendrix experience. I'm not Jimi Hendrix, unfortunately, but
I've heard a lot of your stuff though, and this is original work that you've put out.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really I'm very much a minimalist. I like to put a lot of little basic things together and to make one big, good collage thing. And so I'll do a basic drum track, and then I'll do a bass track, and then I'll add the piano, and then add the guitars, and then just start adding vocals and harmonies, and you throw it all together, and eventually it makes hopefully it makes a really good song.
So when you're doing stuff like that, which who is that guy? Sharon. What's his first name? Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran, yes.
Can't remember. I saw him on the VMA Awards or something.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
when he did that song, that real famous song of his? Well, anyhow, he was where he did the humming first, and then he did the hitting of the side. You know how you put that all together in that
Right.
one box, and then you tie it all in together with your vocals on top.
That's right. I don't know if I saw that particular performance, but I think
What's that process? What is that called?
Layering
Layering. Okay.
and tracking.
Tracking.
I don't know if I saw that performance, but I admire that kind of stuff too, because I think what he did was, it's one thing to lay it down in a studio when you have time, but to do it live is a different
Live.
thing.
A lot of guts.
And so that's a lot of maybe I want to say using the foot pedal to like create a new track and then jump on top of that.
Yeah.
I may even get into some of that sometime in the near future so I could play the rhythm guitar, but then cut out and then do the solo.
So I guess that's the question I was trying to get to by saying that, understanding what that system is, layering or tracks or what have you. So if you're doing all of this in your studio or whatever you're doing, you still have the ability to, like, I guess, give the music to the bass player and say, okay, this is what I want you to play, and the drummer, this is what I want you to play, and then you put the pieces that you want to do, whether it's the vocals or your acoustic guitar.
Right.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. So a lot of the gigs you see on online that I have coming up, and there's over 100 this year, are mostly just solo acoustic. So I do the best to compensate for full band work, and also a lot of the songs I play, translate very well to acoustic, and sometimes adding a full band would be too much. But I don't play anything to the point where it's too minimalistic that it doesn't work with just an acoustic and a guitar. If you come to see me play and it's an acoustic and a vocal, you're going to have a great time. Even though you can go home and listen to it, the full band on your earphones, or you can come see me in a different carnation. Most gigs you see will be solo acoustic, and you're going to have a blast because you can help me sing along, and we can all, have a good time together.
And now on those shows, the acoustic, are you still layering some of those different pieces in to help you through, or not just yet?
Not live just yet.
I got you. Okay, so I got it. So recording is one thing, live, it takes a little bit to get.
No,
here.
you're great. No,
But now I'm
you're right. It's confusing. The albums are one thing, but live is another. Now I'm kind of in the process of being able to join those two things together. So Piece by piece, you'll see layer by layer start showing up.
I like that. I like that. And
I'm like an onion. I just got nothing
you
but
got to
layers.
keep peeling them off. That's right. But the a lot of thing I ask, of course, everybody is, what is it that, of course, who inspires you, and we'll get to all of that kind
Sure.
of stuff. But it's you playing the acoustic more affords you to be in a more intimate, smaller setting, like a smaller venue, and you prefer that.
Yeah, I mean there are pros and cons to both. I mean, obviously, I'd like to play in the biggest stages that you can be on. I mean, that's great. But and I will have as much fun there as I will anywhere. But yeah, luckily you are afforded the luxury when you have a smaller acoustic, more intimate set to have just a different setting and a different vibe for maybe even just a different audience. And it could be a campfire setting,
I
and that's
gotcha.
going to be just as fun sometimes. Um, yeah, I mean, and I've been on the festival circuit this year a bit too, like on bigger stages, and it's just been a blast. And I want to do more of that as well as more intimate gigs. Anywhere that has a stage and a microphone, I'll hire me. I'll be there. And it doesn't even have to be a stage. It could just be a ground level platform. And you got a mic, I'll join you.
We'd love to hear you. And I tell you, we've got a festival coming up the 20th of September, and we're having it in Hampshire. It's called America First Responders Fest. So, maybe next year, you be our guy, be one of the guys to perform on stage for us.
That'd be great. Actually,
We'd
that'd
love
be
to have you.
I'd be happy to join.
Are you busy the 20th? Come on by. I'm sure we could sneak you in even there. We could have maybe one of the guys
It's
take a spot.
this year. It might be kind of close. That's the 20th.
It's right around the corner.
It's right. It's
That's a
coming up.
Sat- yeah.
I will be in. I will be gigging at a charity in Indiana that day.
Beautiful. And we have some pictures up here. And again, this shows all the different, a lot more different faces of what you do and where you are, larger, some smaller. And I see you were at Penny Lane, and would you go to Liverpool, huh?
That's
So-
right.
Beatles a big influence?
Probably.
Or is it just you like the
It's
being out there?
No, it's. I mean, well, I will love being out there, yes, but it's probably the Beatles are probably, and not probably. The Beatles are inarguably my number one influence.
Okay.
I think I think they are the reason I even get into music at a young age in the first place, and I had the incredible honor last fall, late September and October, to be able to tour my music and to travel throughout Ireland, and then our last spot was England.
Oh, my gosh.
And I played Northern England and Liverpool at the famous Cavern Club where the Beatles formed.
How cool is that?
It was it was such a full circle moment, and that club is so cool. It is it's known as the Cavern Club, and there's there's a Cavern pub next door, and there's some other cavern type places, but this is the Cavern Club. You go like 3 stories down, it feels like, no cell service, and it's just you and music and a lot of people and a fresh bar and just loud, good rock and roll, and just great songwriting, great covers. There's some Beatles bands there, and I was very lucky to be able to go there and bring my performance on the Cavern stage, and I don't think I have had such an honor.
Well, you must have had a good agent, or did you set that up yourself?
In my music life. No, you're looking at him. I'm the agent.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a go-getter, man.
I have a I got the go ahead to do the tour through a travel agency, but it was I didn't have an agent or a manager or anything. Shay Clark is a great guy.
I mean, to play there alone, but to do it, set it all up yourself, do your own music.
Yeah, I set it up with a
everything.
travel agency and some friends, and it was essentially, I don't have a manager, so I don't have an agent, or I don't have a booking agent, and so yeah, I'm a bit of a go-getter. I'd like some help at some point, so if any music managers are out there, it'd be great to talk to you.
Well, you're going to stick around. Listen, you're listening to WRMN 1410 right here on the AM dial, Studio 14, and we're on YouTube Live. Don't miss it. We're going to come back and talk to John Babin with just a little bit some more. So, hey, stay tuned. We'll be with you in just a few short moments.
On I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Sky Rizzi. Yorkville police are searching for a missing 14-year-old boy who's reported as a runaway. Walter Woodcock was last seen leaving his home in the 2000 block of Overlook Court around 8:45 a.m. Wednesday. Walter is described as 5'4" and 100 pounds with blonde hair and blue eyes. He was wearing camouflage clothing with black boots and a camouflage hat. A co-conspirator in a Yorkville man's murder-for-hire plot in April pleaded guilty. Lindsay Facer of Oswego was convicted of misdemeanor criminal trespass to a residence and attempted solicitation of a murder-for-hire. Yorkville police say Facer's charges stem from her active involvement in the ongoing investigation that began in April after detectives learned that now 53-year-old Mark Hellenthal arranged with someone to have his former wife killed. Facer reportedly was not hired but had an existing relationship with Hellenthal and, quote, chose to take an active role in the plot as a result. Facer was convicted on July 29th and turned herself into the Kendall County Jail on Tuesday. A GoFundMe campaign was launched in April for Hellenthal's ex-wife and her children. A Kane County jury has convicted an Elgin man after prosecutors say he and two others kidnapped and brutally assaulted a woman they knew in 2023. State's Attorney Jamie Mossert told Fox 32 that 34-year-old Darnell Rhodes was found guilty of aggravated kidnapping inflicting great bodily harm. Prosecutors say Rhodes, along with Lloyd Hayes Jr. and Roger Heaps, kidnapped the woman between March 13th and 14th, 2023. The trio threatened her with a knife and drove her to one of their homes where they bound her with electrical cords. Prosecutors say the woman was beaten and stabbed multiple times, suffering a fractured rib, fractured finger, stab wounds to her leg, and blunt force injuries to her head and face that left both eyes swollen shut. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 79. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 4 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 64. Tomorrow, a slight chance of rain showers before 10 a.m., mostly sunny with a high near 81. Currently, it is 77 and partly cloudy. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Hey, everybody, guess what? You're back. We're right here, Dino's Night Out. We got a great in-studio guest. We've been talking with him already for the first half hour here, John Babin. And John is just amazing. Even talking to him, while we're on the breaks, he has so many, I don't know how to say it. He's got so many credentials that is just awesome. And I'm going to switch over to him in just a moment if I get this thing to work right. There we go. Everybody can see you again. So there you are, John.
Hello,
You're back
everybody.
on. All right. So, you brought a guitar, I understand.
I do. Yes, I brought a guitar with me.
What do you say we play a song? Let's hear a song.
Let's do it.
Let me ask one question before.
Sure.
How long you been in this business? I mean, you're too young to be doing this for as long as I think you would be doing it. You know what I mean?
I'll admit I started very young. I used to play in, when I started playing and writing songs and learning other people's songs to help myself get gigs early on. I was playing in bars at an age that I should not have been able to walk into bars doing. I must have been 18 or 19.
Wow.
Just walking into strictly adult places.
Drinking 7-Up and Diet Coke. I get it.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes a beer would get passed up your way, and you're like, okay, I will not disclose the names of those places, but this is a good 15 years ago now or so.
Good for you.
But I just been doing it a long time. It's funny. Even in my, I think it's my teen years, which is a good 20 years ago now, I discovered very young, that's exactly what I want to do.
What was the first instrument that you actually picked up and said, you know what, I could play this?
Drums. I started off as a drummer.
Really?
Yeah, I used to, I was an angsty teenage kid. I used to bang stuff, and I used to just, there's no way to get there's just no better way to get out teen aggression than on a drum kit or on a drum.
And then you realize that a nice acoustic guitar you could take to the riverside or the campfire,
Yeah.
and now there's all those girls listening, singing, and playing your music. Forget those drums.
I did just decide I wanted to. Yeah, I had song ideas in my head, and there's only so much you could do as a songwriter on the drums with just a drum kit. So I started picking up the guitar, and the rest became kind of history.
Oh, there you go. So you got a good 15, 20 years in this.
Yeah.
If you count your early days that you're inspired.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We know the Beatles inspired you. You got to play at the #1 club, right?
My God.
Where else to play but there?
Yeah, and I can't, and I'm not here to be a tourist commercial, but if you're a music fan, and you don't even have to be a Beatles fan per se, but if you're a fan of music, the city of Liverpool is full of live music and just wonderful places, and you got to check out the Cavern Club. It is really, it's a very special street in Liverpool and in England, and it's just a very special country as well. A very special part of the world is England and Ireland. They just take their music very seriously.
Yeah.
And but not too seriously that it's not fun. There's something about that area, and yeah, I couldn't recommend it enough. It was
something about the Europeans. We need to learn a little bit of enjoy a little bit more instead of work.
Yeah, if you work a 9 to 5, 2 to 3 days off a year, doesn't make for a great culture, I don't think. I think when they're able, in European cultures, when you're able to get some vacation off, that's more than just a week. I think you're able to enjoy your life more, and you're more willing to get back to work, and you're a little more rejuvenated, and I think you get
recharged.
I think you're more productive when you're doing that as opposed to slaving away.
Let's do it. All right. So what are we going to hear first?
This is the first single on my most recent release, which is self-titled. It's called John Babin, JONBABIN. I do apologize if you've gone to my website and it seems to be down. There needs to be an update to that, and that will be up in the next couple of days, johnbabin.com. But all of my dates are under my Facebook and my Instagram right now, which is JONBABIN. That's John Babin. And this first song, I should say, is called "I Shouldn't Be Alone Tonight," and it's the first single off my solo record.
Nice. There we go.
Guess I'll have to shake along in a room for two. I lay on one side of the bed, pretending I'm with you. Think I try to crack a smile to myself I like. Can't let no one know that I'll keep it all inside. I believe that love is real, that it's all you need. I believe that love exists, it just don't for me. I don't know why this hurts so much tonight. I'd happily die just to see you one more time. No, I know it's the only path I go. I shouldn't be alone tonight. Making thoughts up in my head, believe in fantasy. The only one who breaks my heart ends up being me. I believe that love is real, that it's all you need. I believe that love exists, it just don't for me. It just don't for me. It just don't for me. No, I don't know why this hurts so much tonight. I'd happily die just to see you one more time. No, I know it's the only path I go. I shouldn't be alone tonight. I shouldn't be alone tonight.
Hey, how about that? Now, that's your song. You wrote that.
Thank you. Yes, that's mine. Thank you. Yeah.
And that's on your album. You said your first album.
It's on the most recent one, and you could. It's on the most recent one. That's called "I Shouldn't Be Alone Tonight." You could find that on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok at the moment, and soon to be Apple and Spotify as well.
My God. So how many albums have you produced now?
Wow. It's been a.
Oh, wow. That many?
How many albums do I technically have out? It's a good question because, let's see. So I have my full band Lever, which I have 3 albums with them. As far as solo records, I have one little EP on my SoundCloud called John Babin's Moon Clouds. I have a full length after that called John Babin's Moon Clouds Volume 1. This album I have now is self-titled John Babin. So I guess altogether it's about 6.
Yeah, with the
6
EP
albums.
thing you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it'd be 6 albums, but there's also all sorts of recordings of me on other people's projects throughout the internet. So it's kind of I have a lot of music out there.
Yeah, you sure do. My God, very impressive. That was a great job.
Thank you.
Awesome job.
Thanks, Dino.
Not even just a great job. You know, and what I'm learning, you know, in this music industry, because of the talents that you have, because of what you're able to do, obviously what we, yeah, leave it up there, it's fine.
Sure.
People could hear you, people see this talent. Are you ever like maybe get a call from like another band or a group or a gig or whatever to play with them, to fill in for something? Do you do stuff like that as well?
I certainly do. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, yeah, I've played with so many other bands, like for just filling in on a record or for filling in on a few gigs. And I'm still completely open to do that if I have the time for it.
Right.
Just feel free.
But it sounds like you're so busy. It sounds like you're booked, man.
I am pretty booked, but
And weren't you telling me that your dream was to make this your living and not do nothing else?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're there.
I am finally made that happen.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, I'm my own company and my own boss, and
Nah, let's say, I'm going to ask before you say you're your own boss. Are you in a relationship at all?
I am in a very nice, committed relationship. Yes.
Okay. So we know who the boss is.
So we know who the boss really is. Yeah, let's go.
I just had to throw that in there. No, and that's good. And that's very important that you have a partner that's going to be with you through this, you know, thick and thin,
Oh, yeah.
because you're out late nights, you're in different, like you're going to Indiana, like you said, coming up on the 20th for a charity event. You're all over the place.
It's really impossible to maintain sort of relationship or home life. I think it's almost impossible. I think to find someone who's accepting of that and understanding of that.
And you've got it.
And I've got it.
I
And
like it.
I'm very, very lucky too.
Yeah. God bless you.
because-
That doesn't come often, man.
No, in fact, I've been single for years and years because of that. There've been some hiccups in the past where it just does not work, but luckily I have had someone that is I do have someone in my life that's fantastic.
Pretty simply, she gets you and you get her, and that's it, right?
Well, I get her. I don't. She sometimes gets me.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes she looks at me like I'm stupid. I don't know.
What's her favorite song that you?
Her favorite song?
Have you made? I mean,
Of
being a
mine,
songwriter,
or-
have you made a song for her?
I have written songs for her, but they have not been released yet. But I do know what her favorite song is that I've written.
How about you play that one for
You
her?
got it.
Since we brought her up again,
Since
we're
since-
talking
since
about
we're
her.
here,
The
right?
least we could do, right? No, that's great, man.
And it's funny that this is one of her favorites as well, because this is one of the first songs I've written, at least one of the first ones that I've kept up throughout my life. And you can actually hear it on Lever's album called Lever, called Hoverboard. There's a song called Lucky. There's also a music video of it
Really?
on YouTube.
How neat is that?
From the and we filmed it at the Arcada Theater as well. in
How do you
St.
like
Charles.
that? Of all places,
Beautiful.
that Ron gets all that talent. You're
This-
there.
This is Lucky.
There we go.
You got me moving my feet up and down the street. You're the kind of girl that likes on me. Of all the other boys in town, you came up to me. Now I want to rock you all night long, and I am feeling lucky. I said I am feeling lucky. 'Cause I said I am feeling lucky. Woke up the other day and we were in May, but the night before it felt great. Oh, the only girl who could ever do me right. But we could stay up late without taking a break, and I said I am feeling lucky. 'Cause I said I am feeling lucky. 'Cause I got your number on my speed dial. It would be nice to stay with you a while, and I said I'm gonna show the world. You're gonna show the world. We're gonna show the world. We're gonna show the world that we ain't down enough. lucky. I said, I am feeling lucky. I said, I am feeling lucky. 'Cause I got your number on that speed dial. It would be nice to stay with you a while. And I said, I'm gonna show the world. You're gonna show the world. We're gonna show the world. We're gonna show the world that we ain't down and out.
Hey, and that was Lucky. Lucky to have her, and I tell you what, that's one heck of a song.
Thank you.
Lucky
yes,
that she
I
likes
am very
it, not
lucky
just,
to have her.
yeah.
Her name is Jax, by the way.
Oh, Jex, okay. I didn't want to ask if you didn't want to bring it out there, but that's great. Jex, that's
It's
a
all
different.
it's all public knowledge anyway.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah, take a sip, man. You're working hard over here.
You know,
all I get to do is introduce the songs. You get to play them and sing them.
You know what's funny? The first time I played that song, and right now we're on Douglas and Elgin. The first time I actually played that song live was in 2008 or 2009. You remember? And you've been a native of this area for a long time.
Yeah, I've been around. Yeah, I don't know.
You remember a place called Mad Maggie's?
Oh, sure.
We played that at Mad Maggie's for the
No
very
kidding.
first time. My an old band of mine with my friends.
Wow.
I used to write most of the music for that too. And after we got past like a round of doing covers and figuring out how to play, really,
Yeah.
that was one of the first songs I wrote. Very inspired by like the Stones and like that kind of era, and that was one of the songs we played just kind of around the corner from here.
Yes, yeah, it wasn't far. Yeah, well, that's really something. Hey, listen, everybody, we have John Babin in studio here, right at Studio 14. You want to give a call? It's 847-931-1410. Ask any kind of questions. You're not going to have this opportunity often because this guy travels. He's got over 100 shows minimum before the year's over. Add them up. There's no time for nothing.
You can come to a show though.
Well, you come to a show, and we're going to get to that. You're going to tell us all the different shows that you got going on, and I really look forward to hearing where you're going to be playing. I'd love to see what you would like, in a bigger setting.
Sure.
But I'll tell you what, there's nothing like this right here, getting personal and watching the way you play.
I'm happy to give
and
you
hearing
the personal show here in the studio.
Our listeners are loving it too.
Are they good? Good. Hey, everybody.
I'm not able to click my. Usually, I have a bunch of feedback from the YouTube side, but I
Hello,
don't know.
world. How you doing?
Yeah, something's going on with it.
I have some people listening. I think actually have some family in from Europe. Actually, I think listening too. Right. So, hi, family.
So, you have your family live out in Europe as well?
I have some cousins that are in the European area that are visiting us for now. They're visiting like my family right now. So.
I hope to say for part of Europe for right now.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I mean, it's wild what's going on in this country, the world. Not the country.
It is very, very dark what's happening. I think there's
you got people, you got leaders of countries.
That's what I was just
world
gonna say.
leaders talking and saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to talk. Oh yeah, we'll do a ceasefire." As soon as he hangs up the phone, he's throwing a bomb at the building.
Yeah.
I mean, are you nuts?
That should be. I don't care that a leader of a country is the leader of the country. If you murder people and you're breaking the law and breaking your word, that should be treated as illegal.
Yeah, right.
And you can't just kill people, because if you or I did that, we'd be behind bars right now.
We're locked up in 2 minutes short.
I mean, that shouldn't be
take nothing.
okay to just consistently and relentlessly.
And although I don't know the rules of the war crimes and what have you, but it seems to me you're sending a missile into a residential area. That's got to be a war crime.
That should
you're
be-
killing innocent babies and mothers and fathers and what have you.
Right, and that should be a moral, universal principle that you can't just kill people.
Yeah. No, it ain't right. I mean, I don't do the political stuff.
Sure.
I mean, I get into it. I don't mind having a gentle conversation about it because I don't get it.
No,
It seems so simple to fix all these wars. We got two good ones going on right now, and we're right in the middle trying to do something good. I hope something good comes out of it. So who knows where it's going to go?
We the thing is, we never know, and obviously, I know you don't want to get into politics, and I totally respect that. But I guess a good way to segue from that is that if looking at politics and foreign policy at all has shown us anything, it's that we don't ever know what's going to happen or what power-hungry person is going to do with what they can. And so we're definitely in a very scary time, but there
Makes you look closer to home. It makes you look a little closer to the politics, other than just your presidential elections. It appears to me, especially in this business that we're in, people are starting to get more and more interested in your local elections.
Yeah.
Because these local people become your global monsters, we'll call them, as they get more power. You know, locally, I'm in charge of the River Conservancy. Oh, I'm the library board. Maybe I'm an alderman. Okay, I'm a city mayor. And it goes up and up, senator, house, you know. They get into that. It's just too much.
Yeah.
And then they're at too high of positions listening to all these lobbyists instead of listen to the people.
Right.
Nobody wants this. You don't want war.
No, and listening and paying attention to your aldermen and even as high up as state senators, it's important. Mayors, I think it's important to pay attention to those people because those are the people that are going after the big government jobs, and it would be nice to have a handle on where they sit ideally, where their ideas sit, I should say,
right,
before they get into places that they cannot be just taken down from without a good legal fight. I think that at a local level there are some great politicians, but it's
there's so many good politicians out
and
there.
I've met some Chicago aldermen in my day, and I'm just blown away by the intelligence that some of these
Elgin
people have.
is the sixth largest city in the state of Illinois.
Correct. Yes.
So you look around here. You've got a lot of big people here. You know, you got a lot of representation. We have a lot of older people because you can't call them aldermen, alderwomen. But you got the council that they're doing the best they can with what they have. But you need the people to be involved, to voice their opinion the right way, not just loudly. But you need to be able to voice your opinion so that everyone's heard. But let's do this peacefully. Yeah,
sure.
Well, we got off the track, and this is the top of the hour. We are listening to John Babin. You're listening to this man. He is, again, not only, I see why he's award-winning. I mean, he's a musician. He's a composer. He's everything. He's got common sense when it comes to, we're talking politics here. I don't think there's a topic he can't talk on. And I think any of the good musicians that are out there, you need that balance.
I'll flap my
And
gums
John,
loud enough.
John, you're that guy. And I'm glad that we have you on. So you're going to stick around with us for a little bit?
Absolutely.
All right, folks. You're listening to WRMN. We're at Dino's Night Out, 2 to 4, every single Friday. John Babin, our live in-studio guest, Studio 14. Hey, don't go no place. We're going to be with you in just a little bit.
Now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com is the book called DUI Jury Trial, which is the true story of a truck driver in Illinois who was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. Not only was he facing a revocation of his driver's license, but also a lifetime disqualification of his CDL, which would prevent him from ever driving a semi-truck again. This book includes backstories of the truck driver, the lawyers that defended the case, and the DUI expert witness who analyzed the case and then testified at trial as to the proper protocol procedures of the field sobriety tests as well as the breathalyzer test. This nonfiction novel also includes the actual court transcript from the jury trial, a courtroom showdown in which the final verdict would determine the fate of the defendant's livelihood. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 3 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Wendy's. A co-conspirator in a Yorkville man's murder-for-hire plot in April pleaded guilty. Lindsay Facer of Oswego was convicted of misdemeanor criminal trespass to a residence and attempted solicitation of a murder-for-hire. Yorkville police say Facer's charges stem from her active involvement in the ongoing investigation that began in April after detectives learned that now 53-year-old Mark Hellenthal arranged with someone to have his former wife killed. Facer reportedly was not hired, but had an existing relationship with Hellenthal and, quote, chose to take an active role in the plot as a result. Facer was convicted on July 29th and turned herself into the Kendall County Jail on Tuesday. A GoFundMe campaign was launched in April for Hellenthal's ex-wife and her children. A Kane County jury has convicted an Elgin man after prosecutors say he and two others kidnapped and brutally assaulted a woman they knew in 2023. State's Attorney Jamie Mossert told Fox 32 that 34-year-old Darnell Rhodes was found guilty of aggravated kidnapping inflicting great bodily harm. Prosecutors say Rhodes, along with Lloyd Hayes Jr. and Roger Heaps, kidnapped the woman between March 13th and 14th, 2023. The trio threatened her with a knife and drove her to one of their homes where they bound her with electrical cords. Prosecutors say the woman was beaten and stabbed multiple times, suffering a fractured rib, fractured finger, stab wounds to her leg, and blunt force injuries to her head and face that left both eyes swollen shut. Yorkville police are searching for a missing 14-year-old boy who's reported as a runaway. Walter Woodcock was last seen leaving his home in the 2000 block of Overlook Court around 8:45 a.m. Wednesday. Walter is described as 5'4" and 100 pounds with blonde hair and blue eyes. He was wearing camouflage clothing with black boots and a camouflage hat. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Wendy's. A co-conspirator in a Yorkville man's murder-for-hire plot in April pleaded guilty. Lindsay Facer of Oswego was convicted of misdemeanor criminal trespass to a residence and attempted solicitation of a murder-for-hire. Yorkville police say Facer's charges stem from her active involvement in the ongoing investigation that began in April after detectives learned that now 53-year-old Mark Hellenthal arranged with someone to have his former wife killed. Facer reportedly was not hired, but had an existing relationship with Hellenthal and, quote, chose to take an active role in the plot as a result. Facer was convicted on July 29th and turned herself into the Kendall County Jail on Tuesday. A GoFundMe campaign was launched in April for Hellenthal's ex-wife and her children. A Kane County jury has convicted an Elgin man after prosecutors say he and two others kidnapped and brutally assaulted a woman they knew in 2023. State's Attorney Jamie Mossert told Fox 32 that 34-year-old Darnell Rhodes was found guilty of aggravated kidnapping inflicting great bodily harm. Prosecutors say Rhodes, along with Lloyd Hayes Jr. and Roger Heaps,
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 79. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 4 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 64. Tomorrow, a slight chance of rain showers before 10 a.m., mostly sunny with a high near 81. Currently, it is 77 and partly cloudy. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
What was that?
That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Welcome to WRMN, your trusted voice in the Fox River Valley for over 75 years. We bring you fact-based news, good faith discussions, and entertainment that brings people together. From national headlines to local stories, WRMN is your home for thoughtful dialogue and community engagement. No matter the time of day, where you're listening from, or who you are always welcome here. Thanks for making us a part of your day. This is the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
They were best friends, inseparable in fact, until the day Miguel died. Every day his friend visited Miguel's grave. Rain,
Anything
wind,
good on there?
weekends, holidays, every day. Miguel's closest friend, Capitan, his German Shepherd,
All kinds of blood.
is a symbol of loyalty to which we can all aspire.
And they don't mean it. And I don't mean
Loyalty.
it, they are.
Pass it on
But we get
from
them all.
passiton.com.
But everybody has a voice, is what I say.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night
Hey, everybody, we are back to Dino's Night Out right here in studio number 14, WRMN, live on the stick and on YouTube Live. How do you like that? We got John Babbitt in the studio. John, say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
There you go. I love when people listen. And we got a phone call. So you know what? Let me put up this phone thing over here, lower this song down a bit, and let's get this phone call. Hey, you're on the air, caller. Go ahead. Who do we have today?
It's Rita.
Oh, hey, Rita. How you doing?
Okay. I just have a few questions for John.
Go ahead.
When you perform, are you always performing with a group, or do you perform solo?
Mostly solo. Most of the dates you see on my social media are going to be solo acoustic gigs, but anywhere that you see Lever, Lever, on my concert shows list, that will be full band. That'll be a loud, brash, three-piece rock and roll band of mine.
Okay. I also have a question. When the songs that you sing, are they all written by you or by some of the other artists?
Yeah. Well, thanks for the question, Rita, and thanks for calling in. I do mostly original songs, and a lot of the shows I play, they're about 3 hours long. So you have a lot of originals, but I'll also always throw in, almost always throw in covers, so that if you want to sing along and it's a song you haven't heard before, that if you want to sing along to songs that you already know, I do it, and I'll do covers of them, and they'll mostly just be good sing along songs that you'll probably already know the words to. So that's when you guys join me in the show, and we all sing together.
Now, who are some of your favorite artists out there that you like?
Favorite artist out there? You mean like more contemporary?
Yeah, the ones that are popular today.
Yeah. Let's see. There's a lot of the music I like that's coming out today is a little more underground. I guess who's making a reunion run right now is Oasis. I love them. They're having a kind of a nice victory lap. Hopefully it lasts. That's a band of the last 30 years that I love a lot.
Oh. Now, when you want to write a song, does it just kind of pop into your mind, or do you say, well, you know what, I'm going to write a new song today, so I'll think of something and then I do it? I mean, what's your formula?
Ooh, very good question, Rita. There is a formula, I think. This is kind of interesting, and if you will bear with me for a second, it's sometimes I'll think of a hook or a chorus line or a lyric, and with music behind it, and it will just come to me. either in my sleep or when I'm driving or just in the middle of the day. And the thing is, you have to act on it right away and pick up the guitar or write it down or do a voice memo, and so that it sticks with you. Lots of times it does just come to you. I've noticed that the best songs and the easiest songs for me to write down and compose kind of just happen. I've never been able to sit down with a guitar and say, I'm going to write a song right now. Because usually when you're forcing it and you're putting it on that you need to do this, as opposed to just letting it flow naturally. So if it flows naturally, that's usually when it comes. Usually it's just an idea that kind of comes to you, which is so kind of crazy to me that which is it makes it kind of hard to even like sort of take credit for sometimes when it's like it just lands in your lap. And it has also kind of shocked me that sometimes these ideas come to me, and I have some songs that are full expressions of pure and utter joy and excitement, and there are some songs that are very dark and very bleak, and it's kind of frightened me and how quickly I can tap into either of those emotions creatively. It's kind of made me look in the proverbial mirror and say, how does that happen?
What's going on?
What's going on with me? Should I get checked in or what?
No.
But yeah, they just kind of come naturally from somewhere. Of maybe not this dimension, I don't know, but I'm very, very lucky that they do land on my antenna.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, thanks for the call.
And you're welcome, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks for calling, Rita.
You do the same.
Mm-hmm, bye.
Bye. Yeah, Rita DeZiglowitz. She periodically calls. Her husband was into music, and he played several different guitars. He had, oh my God, I think at one point 70-some guitars. Gretsch, I think, was his favorite.
Oh, Gretsch, yeah. Jax, my girl Jax has a Gretsch.
Yeah.
And it is
the hollow one, not the
hollow bodies.
Yeah.
Those are great. Good George Harrison guitars.
Right.
And those are pretty too. Those Gretches are beautiful.
Yeah. They've been around for a while.
They have been, yeah.
What was that one country guy? Chet Atkins.
Chet Atkins
Is
had
that what
one?
it was? Yeah. They did a special Chet Atkins series of guitars.
That's really cool. Yeah, I love when guitar companies do that when they take on an artist that plays their stuff, and then they say, hey, let's make one that's perfect for you and see if we could sell it on the market. If anyone's listening and wants to do me a great gift, I'd love the Johnny Marr Jaguar from Fender.
Yeah, there you go. Johnny Marr.
That'd only set you back a couple grand.
That's all. But you know what? It was interesting the way you said how you compose these songs. There's really not, you're saying there's no rhyme or reason. Just sometime you're going down the street and you're like, oh, okay. Or maybe, I don't know, like Eddie Rabbit, the windshield wipers, slapping out a tempo,
Right.
keeping perfect.
Keeps time.
Yeah, keeping perfect rhythm with the song on the radio. Oh.
Right, there you
So
go.
it could be anything,
Yeah,
and so you could imagine what these jingle guys go through.
Oh, yeah.
They're sitting at a keyboard, piano, whatever it is, and it's like, I got to get something out for Coca-Cola. Pepsi's calling next, and look, we got to, Cheerios want something too. So they're forced to, they're forcing it. It seems like, at least from what I'm gathering and what it sounds like, feels a little more natural.
Yeah, and I'm not, stomping down on jingle writers. Heck, if I had a job doing jingles, I would have a great time doing.
Oh, yeah,
it.
right.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to.
No, and that wasn't an insult or a shot toward them at all.
No, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, if it's their 9 to 5, so if they I can understand forcing something. And by the way, it's okay. It just, when I force myself to do something, it just doesn't work.
Correct.
And for other people, it does. That said, I've had other times where I've had my back against the wall and have had to come up with something really quick and on the spot. And I've, a big chunk of my early life is that way, which I think is why it's more natural now. When I worked in other band settings, there was always a pressure on me. I felt that I just never really.
Well, you made the comment, should I check myself in? See, well, no, it's an important comment because I'll tell you what, when you said you're forcing it and whether you have to do this, I got to do this. So, no, you don't need to check yourself in. You need to step back.
Yeah.
Step back, take that walk, take a drive, take a couple days off, get back to it, pick up the guitar, and you know what? You're an inspirationalist, clearly. Because if you could do something that's light and bright and, hey, today's a great day, and the other one, and the next one is Everybody Hurts. Imagine hearing that. I mean, from one song to the other.
Good example, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I told all my friends, you ever hear that song and you haven't heard from me for 3 or 4 days, and you hear that record playing at my front door, call the police. I'm not alive.
Yeah.
That is such a, but at the same time,
It's a very real thing.
What a real thing.
Yeah.
What people go through, it's so terrible.
It is.
And my heart goes out to every one of them. So we got to pick this up here. We got to get another song.
Sure, yes.
What do you want to play for us? Give us a nice little pick me up.
This is brand new. It's a little on the sassier side. This is also on YouTube and my Facebook as well as TikTok under John Babin, JONBABIN. This is called You're So Rude. You're calling after dark. You said you wanted me. You know I'm not that guy. Your shoulder you can cry on, can't you see? You're weeping in the night. You say it's over me. You know that I know why. Don't give me no more lies I can't deceive. I don't care for what you say. I don't care for games you play. You bring down my mood. You're so rude. Luckily, I don't care anymore. You gave me all the signs that I should step away. You know I'll never be what you want me to be, oh, can't you see? Don't wanna see you anymore, not even for a cup of joe. You bring down my mood. You're so rude. Luckily, I don't care anymore. Don't wanna see you anymore, not even for a cup of joe. You bring down my mood. You're so rude. Luckily, I don't care anymore. I don't care for what you say. I don't care for games you play. You bring down my mood. You're so rude. Luckily, I don't care anymore. Luckily, I don't care anymore. Luckily, I don't care anymore.
Hey, you're so rude. That was so good for being so rude. Yeah, I mean it. That was wonderful, really.
Appreciate it.
These are some numbers, man. You're banging out left, and this is all your stuff.
All original, yeah.
And I like the fact also what you were telling Rita, that you know when you go to different different gigs and different performances, that you'll play a cover that everybody that you're including them in.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't shy away from playing covers. And every gig's a little bit different too. It could be the same place on a different night, but you just kind of gauge the crowd a little
Yeah,
bit. And if
everybody.
yeah, and if that people look like they might be in the mood for some Simon and Garfunkel or for Tommy James and the Shondells, I would never shy away from playing that. In fact, most of the covers I play I'm keeping it in the 60s and maybe early 70s. And I think it's just a wonderful golden time for music that era.
Oh my God! But the ability that you have, and everybody I always bring in and ask, what's it like? What do you listen? Do you know what you're playing ahead of time? Well, you got an idea, but you said it just like every performer that's been in there. Depends on the crowd.
Read the room.
Read the room. If the crowd is looking for something a little different, change the gears, man. Switch around. Let's go to another direction. You got to give them what they want. That's why they're there to see you, of course, but you have to give them what they want. They want to hear what they want to hear.
There's that. There's a lot of that. There's also if it's a sleepier crowd, there's a way to wake them up too. So
Right.
and you can kind of meet in the middle because as an artist you want to shake things up, and you want it to be like
Well, you have the ability to be that mood changer.
Right.
Because, again, you've got songs, a variety, just from listening to what you have here.
Thanks, man.
You
Yeah,
really
well-
do. You can put people and get, if they're moving and they're rocking and roll, boom, you pop another good one in there.
Right.
But
thank
if it's
you.
the end of the night, they're trying to mellow, they're having, last call, wanting to relax, everybody's going to get home
if you
safe.
see the bartender washing glasses,
Yeah, right.
and they're kind of looking at their watch,
Yeah, now you know.
kind of a good time to
Yeah.
wrap it up.
Oh, that's great.
There's a great artist named Colin Malloy of the Decembers who had a great quote once where he said that he was and I know this experience well because I've had it too, where there's a documentary they had and I listened to this and I resonated so much with it, like coming up when you're playing to the bar and it's completely empty, you're just playing to the bartender and
Yeah.
just your music. And then when the bartender turns around and goes back to the kitchen and you're literally just playing to yourself.
Yeah.
He said that and I was like, that's totally happened to me. It's like,
Come on. I ain't going to buy that for a minute. You have to have people there to the end.
I guess it happens. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but certainly when I was younger when first
Sure.
coming up, yeah, of course that's happened.
Well, everybody. I mean, no one's big the first time out. Now, I guess there are some superstars. I mean, you've climbed pretty rapidly. You're talking a little less than 15 years. You've got YouTube stuff going on. You're on, you have video. You were telling us, what's the name of the video?
Oh, Lucky, Lucky.
Yeah, that's the one that, Jax or Jax?
Jax. That's her. Yeah,
Jax.
that's my girlfriend's favorite.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's her
Jax. I call her
I
Jax.
listen.
It's
I remember
good.
what you're
It's
saying.
a good ear.
Yeah.
It's funny. A little bit ago, we were talking about her, and that it's good to have if for artists and people that for never mind just artists, but like truck drivers, the people that like are always out and on the road with insane schedules, and where it's really impossible to have meaningful relationships, and that could just be friends too, like
Right.
friends that who can relate to what you're going through or what you're doing, and it's really important to have that sort of built-in community. A little while ago, it's funny you were saying, and it's good to have someone that can, we were talking about having someone that you can empathize
Right.
that kind of lifestyle with, and I said I understand her. I don't think she understands me. I don't think that's only because sometimes she looks at me like I'm stupid, which is she's right. I sometimes I don't know what my own mind
Don't
does.
sell
and
yourself short, man.
And sometimes I'll just start blabbering away about something, and then I'll just be like, what the heck am I even talking about?
Well, you're getting your next song ready.
That's okay. Thank you.
And that's why she's looking at you funny, giving you space. See, she's smart enough. You got a smart lady there because,
she's far smarter than me. She's
well,
the best.
You're together so for a reason. So whether she's smarter than you, you're smarter than her, I don't think it matters. You work well together. And I think that's what's important. Inspiration comes when it comes.
Right.
And you have to grasp it and you have to turn that. You've turned it into a beautiful business. I mean, look at you, less than 15 years. And just talking to you, I mean, it's like just, we're just like two guys talking.
Yeah.
As what I tell everybody all the time, is that's all this is. People want to hear like the real John. They don't want to hear some phony, oh, well, this is how I make this song. There's no chemistry. And you just got done saying it,
And that becomes very clear, I think, in the broadcasting world where we live in and sort of in the and how we've become so acclimated to hearing people talk a lot of the time, whether it's AM radio or podcasting. I think people have become very, and I certainly have been, accustomed to when you're listening to somebody talk and it just sounds so unnatural and it sounds like they're really putting on an emotion.
Right.
You want to hear someone's heart when they speak. You want to hear where someone's real mind is at. And
we're live on the air, on a station. So there's a certain amount of decorum and political correctness you have to have.
Sure, there's a certain amount of bravado you want to have about yourself,
Right.
for sure.
But I cross the line all the time. If anybody does, I cross the line. One thing I haven't done to this day,
knock on wood,
I've yet to swear on the radio.
Very nice.
And if you talk to me, you've heard me talk. Every other word's an adjective and this and that because I get so frustrated sometimes because I want things to go well and right.
Oh man,
I
got such a bad potty mouth, and I can't believe I've been.
I'm not proud of it.
It's we've been on the air for an hour and a half, and I haven't said one 4-letter word. I'm actually testing myself. I'm actually very, very proud of myself too.
Yeah,
so
we appreciate it.
we could pat each other on the back.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, we got like about 4 minutes until we're going to go to the break. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about our sponsor. We'll go down to the break, and when you come back, we're going to have a whole half hour of listening to just you. No me, you. Your songs, if you don't mind playing.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, great. So listen again, I just want to remind everybody, our show is sponsored 2 to 4 every single Friday by Ron Onesti, the Arcada Theater, oshows.com. We all know it's at 105 East Main Street in St. Charles. Tonight we have Eric Martin and Robin Taylor Zander over at the Arcada, their 8 o'clock show. Both great acts. I think the big act is the Robin Taylor Zander, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
But he is, he's playing with his father. He's in Cheap Trick now. I grew up, I saw Cheap Trick at Rockford Speedway.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I Want You to Want Me. Oh, my God. What a show.
Live at Budokan is still, it's one of the greatest live records ever. And it's great to see those guys being family, father, son, doing it together.
Yeah. That was that punk,
being on stage.
I just loved it. I loved it back then.
And
then on Saturday, you don't want to miss this. This is to our guy, Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy, there's nobody like you, Ozzy. I mean, the whole world, the whole industry recognizes it. I couldn't make heads or tails out of a single word you were talking to Sharon on your show. But let me tell you, pal, I love you. We miss you, and God bless you. And we know you're in a good spot.
We might not have been able to understand him, but he meant every word he said.
He most certainly did, whatever it was. Hey, and there's John again. He's on the screen if you're watching on YouTube, if you're fortunate enough to be tuning into the YouTube. But one thing I want to talk about, and this is something real near and dear to me. Everyone knows I'm a former firefighter, police officer as well. We have our America's First Responders Fest coming up this September the 20th. I was trying to talk John into coming, but he's committed, so I got to give him that. But we're having this festival from 1 to 6 p.m. They're shutting down the streets. Mayor Reed worked with the the city manager, all the police chief, the fire chief, the public works department, EMS was there, and they said, okay, we're going to go with this festival. So they're going to have everybody blocked off for safety's sake. We're going to be in the middle of the streets. We have a portable stage, and we are going to have Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones. You know Rick?
Yes.
Yeah.
I not personally, but I'm aware of the outfit that he's in.
Yeah, we've had him in here with his trio with the stand-up bass.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Oh my God, out of this world. Out of this world. Rick Lindy,
I've been around
hard
people
performer,
that
family man, good man like yourself.
Incredible. Thank you. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I've been around I've been around a few people, I should say, with upright basses. And those are intense instruments to be around, and I respect anybody that plays one.
Oh my God. Hey, then after Rick Lindy, we got Mixed Company Band. If they don't get your foot stomping, there isn't nobody going to. And then we have Canyon Arrow Light, and that's featuring Tim and Joe. We got the Classic Car Show from Gilbert Eagles, Club 1047. We have food booths, vendors going to be there. It's going to be a great show. But you know what this is for? All of our first responders. This is a party for you. I am inviting you, the first responders. Please, I want you to come to this event, America First Responders in Hampshire, 1 to 6 p.m., September the 20th. We are doing nothing but having some stage tributes, some discussions, but this is all about you, men and women, veterans, police, fire, everybody. So please be there, and we will be back in just a little bit. WRMN 1410.
This update brought to you by Sky Rizzi. Yorkville police are searching for a missing 14-year-old boy who's reported as a runaway. Walter Woodcock was last seen leaving his home in the 2000 block of Overlook Court around 8:45 a.m. Wednesday. Walter is described as 5'4" and 100 pounds with blonde hair and blue eyes. He was wearing camouflage clothing with black boots and a camouflage hat. A co-conspirator in a Yorkville man's murder-for-hire plot in April pleaded guilty. Lindsay Facer of Oswego was convicted of misdemeanor criminal trespass to a residence and attempted solicitation of a murder-for-hire. Yorkville police say Facer's charges stem from her active involvement in the ongoing investigation that began in April after detectives learned that now 53-year-old Mark Hellenthal arranged with someone to have his former wife killed. Facer reportedly was not hired but had an existing relationship with Hellenthal and, quote, chose to take an active role in the plot as a result. Facer was convicted on July 29th and turned herself into the Kendall County Jail on Tuesday. A GoFundMe campaign was launched in April for Hellenthal's ex-wife and her children. A Kane County jury has convicted an Elgin man after prosecutors say he and two others kidnapped and brutally assaulted a woman they knew in 2023. State's Attorney Jamie Mossert told Fox 32 that 34-year-old Darnell Rhodes was found guilty of aggravated kidnapping inflicting great bodily harm. Prosecutors say Rhodes, along with Lloyd Hayes Jr. and Roger Heaps, kidnapped the woman between March 13th and 14th, 2023. The trio threatened her with a knife and drove her to one of their homes where they bound her with electrical cords. Prosecutors say the woman was beaten and stabbed multiple times, suffering a fractured rib, fractured finger, stab wounds to her leg, and blunt force injuries to her head and face that left both eyes swollen shut. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com. And let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 79. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 4 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 64. Looking ahead to tomorrow, a slight chance of rain showers before 10 a.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 81. Currently, it is 77 and partly cloudy. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Yeah, another favorite song of mine, Breeze. We've been listening to John Babin here, and I'm going to tell you, this guy he's something. He really is. He has some kind of performer, some kind of a talent that he has. It's just totally amazing. But, you know, before we got off, we were able to get it on the YouTube, but I don't know if anybody heard it on the antenna. And I just want to make sure I get that invitation, again, sincerely and personally to all of our first responders. That's our veterans, police, fire, EMS, public works, and that goes for media too. You know, we're trying to turn this into more of a foundation to where we're going to be able to give out scholarships. And that's what we want to do. We want to be able to give out scholarships, America First Responders Fest. If anybody is interested in helping the cause, helping out these individuals, man, we'd love to have you. We'd love to hear from you. It's WRMN1410.com. And all you'll have to do is you click on the AFR Fest. And that'll tell you everything you need to know about our festival. It's a great festival coming up. We're going to have a lot of fun. We got some great entertainers. I told you Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones is going to be there. We're going to have a mixed company band. I'm telling you, they're great. We had him here. He was on the show before, Terrell T. And then we got Canyon Arrow Light featuring Tim and Joe. Also, they've been on our show before. We were going to have Deacon Frost, and a good friend of ours. But right now he's going through some health issues. So, you know, folks, say a prayer for him, if nothing else. He's a great guy. Terry's a wonderful man. So respect his privacy. Leave him alone. When he calls you, take his call. But in the meantime, keep it in the back of your mind, because he really is quite the gentleman, and he has always opened up for our shows. So that's all I wanted to tell everybody. So, okay, we're going to get right back. Right now, we are here once again with John Babin.
Hey, everybody.
There you go. You can't say it like that. Steve Thorne does that. Hello, everybody.
Oh, hi, folks.
There you go. We'll go with the folks. But, yeah, listen, we're going to go to we're going to try and get a few more songs out of them, because we're already at 3:37. God, 4 o'clock's going to be here before. Does it feel like 2 hours here?
It doesn't. I feel like we just sat down, man.
God, if we had a couple drinks sitting there, I feel like I'm at the club. Yeah, my God.
Hey, I want to say thanks again for having me, Dino.
Oh, please.
You know, I want everyone to know that, you know, and I'm sure you've explained, but I'm just glad to see you up and about, you know, since
I feel
your surgery.
good. Yeah, thank you.
And this is our actually first time meeting in person. We've talked on the phone and everything, and it's good to be here. I don't often have the opportunity, or even, you know, I don't often have the opportunity really to get interviewed anywhere, and so to be on the radio with you and to have the community listening, as well as my fans, friends, and family, it's just a really cool thing to be here, and I really appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, believe me, it's a privilege for us to have you inside the studio, just to performing the songs that you're performing. Amazing, all original stuff, all stuff that you thought of, and you're presenting to our listeners. So you know what, listeners, you're getting one heck of a treat, because John is giving you like his show performance, his regular gig that he does, and you guys are getting to get this all free. It's on YouTube, and you can go back to this later. For those of you who don't know, you go to that youtube.com. I think it's / WRMN Radio. But those of you who are fortunate to hear it the first time, or watching it right now the first time, this is a treat. And we're going to go right to another song. What do you think, John? What do you want to play for us?
This is another original song. It's off of my most recent release. This was just released in the last less than a month ago, just about a month ago.
Okay.
It's again on YouTube, Facebook, and my TikTok, and soon to be Apple, Spotify, and all the other streaming services.
All the big platforms.
All the big ones. And it's a really honor to be here. Thanks all for listening. This is called Belladonna. There's a way today. There's a time to shine all night. In and out, take a bow, lift up, make a sound, don't stay, break away, all before the morning comes. Step away from your faith today. There's a time to shine on mine. In and out, take a bow, lift up, make a sound, don't stay, break away, all before the morning comes. In and out, take a bow, lift up, make a sound, don't stay, break away, all before the morning comes. Belladonna, she said right. Belladonna, she said right. Belladonna, she said right. Hi. In and take a bow, lift up, make a sound, don't stay, break away, all before the morning comes. In and take a bow, lift up, make a sound, don't stay, break away, all before the morning comes. Belladonna, she said right. 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 Belladonna, she said right.
Hey, Belladonna.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Yeah, Belladonna. In Italian, that means fair lady.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yes, I do.
I don't know if you did or not. I did.
There's a couple of meanings to that. That's one of them.
Well, there's another one that I just looked up because I kind of knew what the one meant, right?
Right.
So then the other one I looked up, Belladonna is the plant deadly nightshade.
That's right.
Isn't that amazing?
Absolutely correct.
So is that what this song's all about?
It is. It's a little bit about. It's more of a stream. When I wrote it, it was more of a stream of consciousness thing, where it was like picking words that kind of fit together to make a greater meaning. And I think the belladonna, however you want to pronounce it.
Donna's kind of nice for the
Donna,
way.
right? Is it has to do with I mean it's in relation to the plant. It's in relation to the Italian meaning. I also believe it's stands for the Greek goddess of war.
Yeah.
And that's part of it's a while it's an upbeat song, it can have a good meaning or a not so good meaning depending on the mood you're listening to, depending on the mood you're in when you listen to it, or if you're not wanting to go into thinking anything, you could just have a good jam, pop a beer, smoke a joint, put your feet up, and just hear a good jam.
Hey, there we are. We got some good music going.
Yeah.
See,
Pot's legal now, right?
Yeah, that's all right. But some people put too much, I think, into the music, into the songs, into the lyrics.
Sure.
why can't they just be fun lyrics,
Right.
like what you're talking about?
Right.
Why can't you just, I like the way that sound. Oh, they said such and such, and but what is that word in there for?
yeah.
What are they trying to say? Is this some kind of quote? Remember with the Beatles, with the backwards playing of the records and their secret messages and all the other things, the
really
nuances.
I believe the Beatles were one of the most, and still, I believe the Beatles are probably the most prolific and inventive.
Innovative.
Innovative and inventive recording artists who've ever existed. And I believe that I don't know. I know that they've used backing tracks for songs, and I might for like guitar solos in certain songs, and for maybe some vocals in certain songs. But I think some of the craziness that surrounded them in their audience.
Are you talking about Yoko? Oh, I'm saying.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about Yoko. I'm not talking about Yoko at all. I think Yoko's awesome. I'm saying. I think that when people were spinning the records backwards, looking for other meanings.
Yeah.
I think that was, there's some dark history revolving them, with some very serious obsession with them as musicians, as people.
Right.
Obviously, and even as far as like, playing records backwards. I mean, if you hear a guitar solo and it sounds like it's backwards, it might be fun to hear what it sounds like forwards. But as far as looking at messages like the Paul is dead rumors,
right,
that's when it gets really dark. And obviously the darkest one is when an obsessed fan actually finds one of them and does the unthinkable.
How terrible.
There's some pretty dark stuff regarding their fandom. And that includes some of the spinning, and not to go all dark on you.
No, but isn't that what fame sometimes brings? Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Okay, and like Carbon Copy, her daughter.
Right.
I mean, how does that happen? You could just go all the way down. That's why I'm saying what I was saying earlier, talking about a little bit of narcotics and drug stuff with goods, bads, and what have yous.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it's something to mess with, because you're never going to get that high again. You're never going to get that first jolt you got.
Right.
And that's what they say, that most, I call them junkies, sorry. And it's definitely the wrong word to use. I mean, there's substance abusers, and they need help. And I don't say that they're not in crisis, and I don't say we shouldn't give them help. I'm all about that. It's a mental health thing. But to want to chase that high all the time, and better, you're never going to get it. I mean, how many different artists has the hats they happen to? That's okay.
It's a good question. I luckily I don't necessarily suffer that.
Yeah. Well, you could hear it in your music, man.
That ailment.
I just love the music you're playing.
Not saying I've never experimented, but
hey, I have.
Sure.
65 years old. Okay.
Sure.
I've done the same thing. I've gone through my experiences of different things, but I knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it just was not me. That's not my path.
I think it's very brave and wise to say, like, that first, on the air, that first one.
Yeah.
People chase that for the rest of their lives.
Sure. That's what it is. Yeah. I do a lot of research on it. I've done a lot of counseling. I've done a lot of reaching out, not only through my church, but when Northwest Youth Outreach did a lot with kids and, younger adults, and tried to get them to, have someone to talk to.
Totally.
Someone always needs someone to talk to.
100%.
So, all right, let's get another one. What do you got?
Sure.
What do you want to hear? Or play, rather.
You can hear this song called Young and Poor on Lever's most recent album, Douse, D-O-U-S-E. You can also hear another version of it, an early version of it, on John Babin's Moon Clouds, Volume 1, on YouTube and wherever you get your streaming music from. This is called Young and Poor.
Long before age took over our brains, we all lied on the floor. Long before time took over our minds, we all sang just a little more. So make it last. Can't live in the past, 'cause we all die young and poor. Remember the days, how I wish they'd stay. Good friends all surround. Time as it stands was right in our hands. Love was all around. Life didn't go the way I thought it'd go. I had a plan for years. Now live for today. All I want is more. I'm growing old with fear. Huh. The old man's eyes never seem to try. Looking out from his front porch. So make it last. Can't live in the past, 'cause we all die young and poor.
Sometimes you mess up your own lyrics, you just gotta keep pounding through, you know what I mean?
No one here knows the difference.
Don't you know that we all die young and poor? Don't you know but we all have to go? But no time to cry, everybody dies. Rich or young, that's here. I'll live for today, lift my hand and say I had my fun while I was here. Last one.
And let them hear it. Let them hear it, man. That was awesome. Name of that song again?
Thank you. That's called Young and Poor.
Young and Poor. That little ding, 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 the way you skip down the riff there at the end like you did. Yeah. When you do it through the song and that, man, did that have a good impact for the whole song.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
A little folky feel.
Yeah, that was really neat.
Thank you.
That was excellent. You know, you said something that, again, our listeners would know the difference. If you forgot a lyric or if you could have left two lines out. No, who's going to know?
I know.
You know, a lot of times I tell some of our guests and even myself, I was like so nervous about, oh, what if I say the wrong thing? Well, it's our script. They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know what we got written down.
That's
but,
fair. Yeah.
And that's why I don't script.
Oh, fair.
You see me, I had 4 things written down, like, that I wanted to ask you. You answered them. Now the rest of it, I just want to talk to you.
Free flow.
And I appreciate, what you've brought to us. You keep thanking us. I can't thank you enough. I mean, another 4 short minutes, this show's going to be over. It's going to be a wrap. Yeah. And we're going to have to come back again.
I would love to.
Yeah, but we'll get something set up where we can get you to a, we'll get a venue going.
Well, sure, that'd be
We're
great.
working next door to get that opened up.
That's
Yeah,
great. Yeah,
like we're showing you.
there's some really interesting developments here at the studio that they were showing me that I'm sure we can't disclose just yet. But there's some really great things happening over here at 1410.
Yeah. Who do we got walking in? This is kind of like Mayberry, where Otis kind of walks in. Everybody has a key. So that's David T's just walking in. He's getting ready. Yeah. He's getting ready for a political talk show, which comes up next, everybody, at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock. They're on at 4 o'clock. They're only going to be on for an hour because we got that Bears. WRMN is not only the voice of the Valley and talk of the town. We are home of the Chicago White Sox and now the Chicago Bears. Go
nice.
Bears! And we love the Cubs. We just don't play them. They got
do.
they got enough
we do.
people. Yeah, how do you hate them? It's a Chicago team. You're from Chicago, man.
White Sox all the way.
Okay, I'm with you. I mean, I had to support that one. They're with us. So I tell you what, up to you. Do you have time for one quick song?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do one more quick one.
Bright lights ahead. Gone, she said. We on the night share the light. Sunrise at the first, I could still survive. The best part of feeling worse is that you're still alive. Last night had a dream that you told me I was yesterday's news. You were once my queen, now you got me here singing the blues. But still alive, yes, it's still alive, like I still survive. Did I still know my friends? The fun never ends. Behind this guitar, I'm still a geek at heart. Sunrise at the first, I can still survive. Best part of feeling worst is that you're still alive.
Everybody, I got John turned down just a little bit. We've been listening to John Babin. John Babin is an outstanding performer. You're going to have to catch him at one of his shows. He's in studio with us right here, Studio 14. You've been listening to Dino's Night Out, WRMN 1410, right here on Studio 14. We're going to keep this playing on the tube, and when it's over, we'll switch out.
But I'm still alive. I can still survive. And I'm still alive. I can still
John, once again, thank you very much. Those of you still watching on the YouTube, you got the extra treat because it wasn't on the antenna the last of that song. Great song, John.
Thank you.
John Babin, thank you very much. Where would people find you?
Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram and YouTube are the best ones. You could just use my first and last name, JONBABIN, and in the next couple of days, my johnbabin.com will be up and running too, so please take a look there.
Looking forward to checking them all out. Hey, everybody, thanks a lot for listening. Sorry, went a little bit overboard here, but you're listening to Dino's Night Out, 1410, right here, AM, live in Studio 14. Thanks for listening.
Plot as a result. Facer was convicted on July 29th and turned herself into the Kendall County Jail on Tuesday. A GoFundMe campaign was launched in April for Helenthal's ex-wife and her children. A Kane County jury has convicted an Elgin man after prosecutors say he and 2 others kidnapped and brutally assaulted a woman they knew in 2023. State's Attorney Jamie Mosser told Fox 32 that 34-year-old Darnell Rhodes was found guilty of aggravated kidnapping inflicting great bodily harm. Prosecutors say Rhodes, along with Lloyd Hayes Jr. and Roger Heaps, kidnapped the woman between March 13th and 14th, 2023. The trio threatened her with a knife and drove her to one of their homes where they bound her with electrical cords. Prosecutors say the woman was beaten and stabbed multiple times, suffering a fractured rib, fractured finger, stab wounds to her leg, and blunt force injuries to her head and face that left both eyes swollen shut. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Alan Walters reporting the Elgin News from August 22nd, 1925. Today we look to the southern United States for our stories. The largest organized automobile tour ever to leave this area will start on a 5-day trip through the Mississippi Valley to the Gulf Coast. October 12th, the National Motorist Association announced today 200 cars carrying 800 persons are expected to be in the caravan. The destination is Gulfport, Mississippi, and it will be reached on October 17th. According to the proposed itinerary, overnight stops will be made at Mattoon, Illinois, Cairo, Illinois, Memphis, Tennessee, and Jackson, Mississippi. Object of the tour is to cement friendship between the North and South and introduce Northern motorists to the pleasures of fall travel to the South. In other news, Florida is the land of golden opportunities, according to W.E. Hayward, Elgin real estate man, who just returned to this city from Miami. Mr. Hayward accompanied Horace and Thomas.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 79. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 4 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 64. Looking ahead to tomorrow, a slight chance of rain showers before 10 a.m., mostly sunny with a high near 81. Currently, it is 77 and partly cloudy. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefit.
Finding a reputable business shouldn't require luck or chance. But how can you tell who you can trust? Pro tip, the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better check with the BBB first, because better businesses are honest and commit to high ethical standards bureau. That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business and find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hello, America, and good day to our friends around the world. This is a political talk show, and of course, it is a Free Speech Friday. Yay! I know you're all yelling for it. You all needed it. You all wanted it. You wanted it so bad that I cut an hour of it off and decided to give you guys some bears. Well, I didn't decide to give you some bears. The Bears decided to give you some Bears here on WRMN. So Bears coverage starts at 5 tonight. We'll get the pre-game for the preseason for that game coming up here at 5 o'clock. Joining me now right here on A Political Talk Show Studio 14 is my good friend, Mr. David Tees. Thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you for letting me be here today.
Oh, yeah. You see, the Bears decided to take half of our show, so we just decided, yeah, you know what?
Hey.
We'll only have half a panel.
Hey, we get out here early and enjoy a 72-degree Friday. I mean, these days are going to not be here much longer, so why not, you know?
No,
Here's
this is my favorite. Hey, Jeff Myers heading on over to the Elgin market over there, the craft market. Fantastic. The Elgin Downtown Neighborhood Association, Miss Jennifer Fukala puts that on. Fantastic time over there.
Back to our Chicago Bears really quickly.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's preseason. I get to go home and watch this game and eat some good food. But that being said, did you watch the last preseason game?
No, I heard it on the radio.
Yeah.
Which I think the Bears are doing pretty well.
Well, actually, I don't want to take away from the sports guys, but the game is tonight, and I don't think they're on right now. But Derek, don't hate me. But I did see. I was very impressed. I focused in on one thing with the Bears was their offensive line, the first string, the second string, and the third string, and I saw a huge improvement. I saw them, protected the quarterback. There was probably, I don't even think there was a sack. There was a couple hurry-ups, but other than that, I mean, that's the main focus of that team is that offensive line, and I think Ben Johnson is doing a great job with this offensive line.
If you can get a few more seconds out of your offensive line, you can make a lot of good plays with that. I mean, the offensive line, especially if it's not just holding, maybe there's a little bit of shifting for things too.
Right.
That gives you the whole run play. You've also got the screen action off of that side. The other thing that I like about a good offensive line is I am a big fan of the running back curl.
Right.
Where all they do is get to the other side of everybody. It's just a little toss on the other side and you're done. It's always worked for me in Madden.
But, when you're playing on the game,
exactly,
it's easier that way. But no, I mean, the quarterback, Williams and Bajan, if I say his name right, they were getting rid of the ball a lot faster. They were planting their feet the way they were supposed to. So when you start doing that in your offensive line and you start becoming chemistry.
Yeah. Well, and speed on the offense in general gets you a more rested offensive line as well.
Right.
If they're only pushing for only 3 seconds or so and just that they need, as opposed to every single time they're fighting for each 7-second round, it tears you up your line. So I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah, and I take for granted, I know Buffalo did not have their starters in against Williams, so I mean that's a little bit of a factor there too. But I mean, if you just study the offensive line tonight, you're going to see a huge improvement. I don't know if we're going to see Williams play today. Have you heard anything about that?
Probably not.
Nah.
I mean, this is what the last game before the real game.
Yeah, this
So
I think the last.
why risk it?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
But that's what everybody, from what I've heard, that's what everybody just seemed to be complaining about, was an offensive line. Get the guy protected. Why is he getting touched every time? And it just, I'm glad they decided to fix that.
with the new quarterback, new coach, you have to start inside out. And inside is your offensive line.
Yeah.
The tight ends were being utilized like they do in Detroit. Ben Johnson, I think we're going to see some really exciting stuff this year, and you get to listen to it on WRMN 1410.
Yes, sir. That's
All right.
the way to listen. What I like about listening to football on the radio is you get a lot more with the pre-games. The pre-game and post-game are a lot more about the Bears. It's not so much of like, I do like watching the red zone. I mean, the red zone's nice. You get to see everything that's there. But if you want something that's really in-depth, that's about your team, about your area, that's where listening to it on the radio is the way to go.
Right,
Now, by all means, sure, maybe you want to watch the game too, but put on the TV, mute it, and then listen to the radio. That's the way to do it.
The radio is going to promote their home team, not like Fox if it's on a Sunday. Well, they got to play both sides of the fence, you know. But yeah, if you turn on local radio and, like I said, mute the TV, you're going to get.
Or a lot of times you're watching on the national side of it, and it immediately jumps to the game.
Right.
Like there is no in between, there is no pregame, there is no here's what to expect for the game.
Right.
You either don't have any kind of pregame because you just returned from somebody else or joined the game on progress or something, and then or you don't have a post game of anything. So get the best of both worlds. Listen to the Bears here on WRMN. Hey, let me give you, what do you think the age is for the oldest person in the world? They just turned this age.
I know this answer.
What is it?
Is it 107 years old?
116.
Oh, wow. Okay. I
Yeah,
guess I was
right?
wrong.
Ethel Caterham, who lives in a care home in Lightwater, Surrey, in the UK, is the oldest living person. Yeah, she just had her birthday, and this follows the death of the Brazilian nun Sister Ana Cambraro Lucas, who just passed away in April. So this lady here, Ethel Caterham, is now the oldest living person in the world.
Is she a nun?
I don't think so, but nuns seem to live very long. No men.
No.
No.
Do you know why
no
men die
stress.
first in a marriage?
Why is that?
Because they want to.
Oh, okay. I thought it was all the. I thought it was all the fumes in the garage.
No, but is it? I think I heard on Tammy's show yesterday. Isn't like Sister Mary from Loyola? Is she's
She's turning like 106, 107.
107.
My
yeah.
goodness, she's in the running.
Nuns last a long time.
For it. Yeah, they do. It's maybe all of the gardening that was there.
I don't think they go to McDonald's. That's why they live longer.
That's true. Hey, have you ever gone fishing and maybe forgot your fishing license? Maybe there might be a time, maybe in your early childhood or something.
Yes.
You know, I've been there before.
Yeah, that happened to me. Yeah.
When I went to Latvia, we booked a fishing trip. We got everything together, and we didn't have our fishing licenses. So on the way over there, we had to stop in a Latvian courthouse to pay for all of our fishing licenses, so we could then go to a little lake on a private property to be able to finally fish on an outing while we were in the area.
Was that in Illinois?
I was in the Navy. In the Navy in Latvia, the country.
Oh, the country. Okay, because private lakes in Illinois, like if it's private property, you don't need a fishing.
No, absolutely not. Well, on August 8th, British Foreign Secretary David Lammy hosted the U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance at a Chevening estate, and they ended up fishing without a license, failing to purchase a rod license before fishing led David Lammy and J.D. Vance to fish illegally at the Chevington, Kent, earlier in the month, violating the Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs rules. The EA said it usually responds to first breaches by issuing advice or warnings to inexperienced anglers instead of prosecuting, aligning with its enforcement and sanctions policy. The move risks a row over a two-tier justice, is what everybody is saying, for critics of the EA prosecution of owing stocking, yet issued only a warning for Lammy, despite saying it always prosecutes. So I guess there's some EU type of drama there where this gentleman, David Lammy, is getting a warning while another guy, Owen Stockting, right? That's weird. That's definitely a EU name. But the Foreign Office said that the EA's finding draw a line under this manner. EA prosecuted 765 people, but issued almost 2,000 warnings.
Wow, maybe they're going to get a better trade deal there, don't you think?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's how
part
they got
of
them.
it.
They got them. We get a better trade deal now. We're letting you go.
It just seems to me that when you're going to do a press conference where you're doing something, like you should make sure you have the license to do the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you and I were going to do a press conference about I don't know, about racing cars or something like that. Nobody walks around and goes, does everybody have a driving license for all of this? Yeah. So that's what it was. It was a rod license that I guess they're going to have to come after J.D. Vance, but I don't think they're going to extradite him.
Is it? What is the punishment there? Fine, jail?
It's probably a fine more than likely. Yeah. We take your tackle box and we just chuck it into the lake. Supposedly it was just a warning. If I had to guess, it would be just a fine. But it's how people are jumping into this two-tier justice system and all of this other stuff. It's just like, okay, we get it. You're mad. You're mad at the elite, or you're mad at another party, or you're mad at a whatever. It's just, I don't know. To me, it's one of those things that, like, we've all gotten warnings before, and we've all gone, this probably shouldn't have been a warning.
Yeah, should have been a ticket for that one. No, I get it. People get mad when the elite get breaks, but think about the breaks you had, and nobody got mad about that. But yeah, but hey, if JD says, hey, write me up the ticket, give it to me, I'll pay the fine, whatever
I'm sure
it is.
he will.
I'm sure, yeah, go ahead, do it. I'm no different than anybody else.
That's right. Hey, when we come back, we've got some more stuff over here, including a dog who fought a bull who won the 2025 Hambone Award, and a Texas woman reported missing, found living in a kingdom of Kubala in the Scottish woods. More weird, wacky news here on Apolitical Talk Show. We're just wrapping up the week with some weird things here or there. We only got about an hour, less than that, now that the Sox are playing. Stick around, or not Sox, the Bears.
Bears, yeah.
I think the Sox are playing as well, but Bears take precedent.
Hey, how does that work out, though? I mean, does that, if Sox, Bears, and do they fight?
We have to pick. We got to flip a coin. And no, the Bears are usually taken because they have less games.
Yeah, right.
They've got less games.
Okay, that's a good
it's
point.
there.
That's
but
a good
we've got Sox coming in on Saturday. We've got Sox Saturday night, I think, for like the next few Friday and Saturday nights.
Yeah.
So Sox are wrapping it up. Stick around, more Apolitical Talk Show. We're going over some offbeat news here with David Tees. Be right back.
depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem. If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help now at Insight Mental Health and Wellness. We can help and treat all types of depression and mental issues. We'll help you use your insurance to get away from it all to a beautiful, sunny, and tranquil vacation-like environment so you can recharge yourself. And with a Family Medical Leave Act, you could take the time off you need from work. Plus, with the Affordable Care Act, your treatment could be 100% covered if you're suffering from any kind of anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem. Use your insurance and get away from it all. Come to sunny California. Call Insight Mental Health and Wellness now. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. That's 800-419-0287.
Want to know what the shepherds did after they visited the Christ child? Read the short novel, The Good Shepherds, Christmas Combat Story by Michael Tooman. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Silink.net. That is PSYLINK.net. Papa Sierra Yankee, Lima India November Kilo. November Echo Tango.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Welcome back to a political talk show. A dog who fought bull wins 2025 Hambone Award. On August 20, 2025, the nationwide pet insurance announcement, Zaya, a Belgian Malinois, sure, I think that's the way you pronounce that, captured the 17th Hambone Award for the most unusual pet insurance claim of the year. During an August 5th to 12th public vote, nationwide pet insurance chose Zaya as the winner from 10 finalists, with Duke, a lab mix from Ohio, as the runner-up. On a quiet morning in Northern California, a loose, angry bull emerged from a misty fog and struck Zaya in the jaw, dislodging a tooth while his owners escaped to safety, Nationwide said. Zaya and Tim received the Hambone Award trophy and a Petco gift card, while nominated pets received reimbursements for eligible veterinary expenses from Nationwide Pet Insurance. The Hambone Award, originally named for a fridge founder ham eater, highlighted unexpected pet incidents and featured Foxtrot, a Great Dane who swallowed a turkey leg whole, underscoring the oddity's focus.
What, really? Wait, a Great Dane's swallowed a turkey leg whole.
Whole, yes.
Is the Great Dane going to be all right, Uncle Larry?
I don't know.
Wow.
Foxtrot, get well soon. But these are all claims. So Nationwide has pet insurance. So what they do each year is they put out the Ham Bone Award of whoever has the oddest insurance claim. So Zia, Z-I-Y-A is how that's spelled. I guess fought a bull so that their owners could escape. Dislodged a tooth, broken jaw, and ended up winning the ham bone for 2025.
I like how you tell the story. The bull came out of the fog towards the dog, and dog stepped in front of the bull to save his humans, and gets knocked out.
Exactly.
Basically. I mean, really, I would really like wonder how you call that one in. How do I claim this? How do I claim this dog? Takes on bull.
You can read more at the Dispatch. UPI is a really good place too if you like very high factuality and centered things. The other report that we got just before we go out of here for the bottom of the hour break, that is a Texas woman reported missing, was found living with Kingdom of Kubala in Scottish woods. This Texan woman named Cara Taylor, also known as Lady Safi, has been found with a group called the Kingdom of Kubala in Scotland. The kingdom claims a settlement aims to reclaim land taken from their ancestors 400 years ago in the Scottish Highlands. In a video message, Cara Taylor stated, "To the UK authorities, obviously I am not missing. Leave me alone. I am an adult, not a helpless child."
How old was she?
I have no idea. Scottish Border Council is collaborating with police of Scotland regarding the situation of the missing woman.
Did she go there with a group of people and they all got on a plane and said, "Hey, we're going to take some land back in Scotland"? I mean, how did she get there?
The issue is it's weird because it's one of those things that you always hear about. Well, go run off and join the circus, right? Yeah. And now they've got this, I guess, this lost African tribe in Scotland that this lady ran off to go be a part of.
I'm a little confused, Sonar. I mean, was this African tribe here in Texas and they all got on a plane, or did she just go there and join the African tribe?
Oh, I don't know. I think she just got up and went. She put it in a video that people were looking for her, and she just flat out said, "No, I don't need to. You don't need to look for me anymore. I'm obviously not missing." Well, of course you don't know. You know,
right?
Of course you know where you are. The rest of us think you're missing.
Yeah.
We know where. Like, you obviously know where you've been, but the rest of us, we're. They don't seem to recognize local laws. They only follow rules of their God. We live a very simple life of returning to innocence. The king told the outlet, because it is a kingdom. So
yeah,
you have a king. Have a king. So
it's kind of like the people here that get pulled over by cops, and you watch this on these videos. That they're, what do they call that?
Oh, the sovereign citizen.
Sovereign citizen. I don't believe in any of this stuff. And you get out of the car, or we're gonna drag you out.
I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
Yeah, I'm
right?
traveling. Yeah.
Stick around. More apolitical talk show here before the Bears kick off at 5. Well, the coverage kicks off at 5. The Bears, I think, are going to kick off at 7. Either way, great time here on WRMN. Stick around. Coming right back. It is now 29 after the hour.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Wendy's. A Kane County jury has convicted an Elgin man after prosecutors say he and two others kidnapped and brutally assaulted a woman they knew in 2023. State's Attorney Jamie Mossert told Fox 32 that 34-year-old Darnell Rhodes was found guilty of aggravated kidnapping inflicting great bodily harm. Prosecutors say Rhodes, along with Lloyd Hayes Jr. and Roger Heaps, kidnapped the woman between March 13th and 14th, 2023. The trio threatened her with a knife and drove her to one of their homes where they bound her with electrical cords. Prosecutors say the woman was beaten and stabbed multiple times, suffering a fractured rib, fractured fingers, stab wounds to her leg, and blunt force injuries to her head and face that left both eyes swollen shut. Yorkville police are searching for a missing 14-year-old boy who's reported as a runaway. Walter Woodcock was last seen leaving his home in the 2000 block of Overlook Court around 8:45 a.m. Wednesday. Walter is described as 5'4" and 100 pounds with blonde hair and blue eyes. He was wearing camouflage clothing with black boots and a camouflage hat. A co-conspirator in a Yorkville man's murder-for-hire plot in April pleaded guilty. Lindsay Facer of Oswego was convicted of misdemeanor criminal trespass to a residence and attempted solicitation of a murder-for-hire. Yorkville police say Facer's charges stem from her active involvement in the ongoing investigation that began in April after detectives learned that now 53-year-old Mark Hellenthal arranged with someone to have his former wife killed. Facer reportedly was not hired but had an existing relationship with Hellenthal and, quote, chose to take an active role in the plot as a result. Facer was convicted on July 29th and turned herself into the Kendall County Jail on Tuesday. A GoFundMe campaign was launched in April for Hellenthal's ex-wife and her children. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals. And it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 79. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of rain showers after 4 a.m. and a low around 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a slight chance of rain showers before 10 a.m. and a high near 81. Currently, it is 77 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Welcome back to a political talk show here on WRMN. We're just playing around a little bit with some offbeat news of the week that's here. We've only got only a couple more minutes until Bears coverage kicks off here on WRMN. You didn't know that? Oh, well, Bears are here on WRMN the whole season. I have it scheduled all the way up until the Super Bowl. So hopefully they get there. I've got it scheduled for them. It's already in the schedule. It's already in the satellite for them. So
they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I've already got it scheduled. So it's there.
Hey, let's hope they go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, last time I tried to get the Super Bowl the last time. This year's last year, it's always weird because it's always the year before. So February, I tried to get the Super Bowl. And here in the Chicagoland area, there's a lot of people that have the first come, first serve type of thing. They're on the list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Bears season tickets. There's a big list of waiting. So I put it in easily 3 weeks before the Super Bowl, right? I'm like, look, I put the request in. I'll see what if I can get it, if we can take it. And they called me back like 2 days later, and we're like, first off, how did you get to that? And I said, well, you sent it to me. Yeah. So I filled it out. And so they said, look, if the other people don't take it, then yes, you'll get it. And sure enough, like 3 days before the Super Bowl, the other station that's over there said, we're going to take it. Okay. Now I will fight tooth and nail.
There you go.
Because we are the Bears affiliate, and I want to make sure that we can cover all of the NFL. Hopefully the Bears are in those games.
So is the deal with Chicago and the Bears, is that done? Soldier Field, Bears done?
I'm not sure. I would like them to, honestly. Downtown is a nice stadium, but it's small.
Yeah.
It's hard to get to.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you start from downtown, it's still a good 30 to 45 minutes to get to your seat in any kind of way. Doesn't matter. I could be over.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I could be over at Monk's Pub and just like, okay, we got to get down to the thing.
Yeah.
And it would still take 30 to 45 minutes. I can't imagine what it's like to come out of the city and go in and all these other things. Arlington just seems like a easier access for the area.
Well, the maps that I saw, the drawings, and they're projected, they're going to do like a retractable roof, a dome.
Wow.
And they're going to have a hotel there, and I think possibly a casino.
That
and
would
then
be
they're going
so
to have
much
strip
better.
malls and stores and restaurants. So it's going to be like around Wrigley Field where they have like the Marquise and all the businesses there. So plus also too is that we can't have Super Bowls in Chicago because the stadium has to be seat capacity for the NFL to have the Super Bowl.
In the area, there's no possible way. I went to the Super Bowl in Arizona.
Right.
I was part of Press Row and covered that area with it. And there was no possible way that Chicago downtown already looks like it's running a Super Bowl.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine another actual Super Bowl being on top of it.
Well, like I say, so we've been missing out on Super Bowls, 40?
Oh, yeah.
40 years, 50 years, yeah. I mean, because I'm the same age as the Super Bowl. First Super Bowl was around the time I was born. So,
and aren't the Bears one of the like original teams or something like that too?
I think the first Super Bowl winner, correct me if I'm wrong, was Kansas City.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
I haven't run an ESPN
But the
station
Packers and the Bears
forever.
from the rivalry from the day way before that, they were called championship games. But the Super Bowls did come around until about 50, what am I going to be, 59? I'm going to be 60. 60 years. There'll be 60 years, the Super Bowl's out. So, but I think the Chiefs were the official first Super Bowl.
I could see
If
that.
I'm wrong, hey, put it on YouTube and tell me I'm wrong. Answer the question for me, people.
Yeah, telling people that they're wrong on a political talk show is definitely not new.
Yeah, you're wrong.
How about this for doing something wrong? We always hear about Florida man. Let's hear about Florida drone. Florida deputies arrested a man after crashing a drone found carrying meth and fentanyl. Hillsborough County deputies reported that a drone carrying drugs crashed into a Lutz home on August 19th. The operator, Jason Brooks, was arrested after homeowners called deputies when he appeared. I guess he was recovering the drugs that crashed into the house. Sheriff deputies said Jason Brooks allegedly drove a drone to deliver narcotics and told them the drone's locator showed it was in the backyard before he appeared at the front door to retrieve it. Body camera footage shows deputies recovering the drone and their narcotics, including multiple bags of methamphetamine and fentanyl, while a deputy inspects a bag marked "Share this."
Really?
And Brooks holds the drone's remote.
That's dumb criminal story right there. But those drones, they're going to be the new thing for cartels to bring, when the wall's completed, to bring drugs over the border.
For all delivery.
Yeah.
So they would actually use balloons to get things over from South Korea to North Korea. You just get like a USB stick, and then you just tie a balloon to it and send it over there. But I could see the drones being a whole new delivery system for things. It's there. It's just one thing of, like, as soon as you saw it crash, like, that's one of those things you just bail. You're like, I'll just eat the loss. I'm done. I can't. This obviously wasn't a good idea.
Maybe he was a new drug dealer, and maybe he just didn't know the rules. Don't go and get your drone when it's full of drugs, crashes into people's backyards. People,
like, why would you even walk around with the remote anymore? Like, why would you store the remote somewhere and be like, hey, a drone fell? Well, I'll take that away from you guys. Oh, it's full of drugs. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. It's not mine.
I had this friend that was flying his drone, and it landed in your backyard, so I went to get it for him. Yeah. But with the remote in your hand.
That's it. And I guess Lutz, Florida, Lutz, Florida, is just there's an emerging drone-based delivery for these drug systems.
Yeah,
it's craziness.
It's sophisticated now. But then you got the police all over the place. Police departments have drones too. So can you imagine them up there in the sky? Hey, there goes a drone full of drugs hanging from it. Let's go get it.
They have
now. You got a high-speed drone trace.
High-speed drone. And the other one pulls up behind it. They've got this new radio frequency gun that they can actually point at a drone, and it will stop the signal that's around it, and then it'll just float right down to the side, as opposed to like the net guns that they used to do, or the real guns that they used to do.
Well, and also too is like a friend of mine, Matt Weiland. We were at the gear thing at the Grumpy Goat. That's the Highlands Golf Course. You know what's on the other side of the golf course over there, the FAA building.
Okay.
So he takes his drone out, showing it off to people. He was going to shoot the golf course, and he started getting upset because the drone would only go 50 feet away from him and then stop. It wouldn't go further.
Wow.
And it would go left, but it wouldn't go past that 50 foot because the FAA had a block on it. They didn't want drones coming in closer than what they're supposed to do with that building.
Wow. That's
Crazy.
Cool that they just have that over there.
But then a plane lands on the golf course.
Yeah, right? Craziness. Let's see here. Have you ever gone to a place and wondered what's behind that door? Like, you've gone to some place and you're just like, what is this? It's even weirder when you have a funny smell coming behind the door. In Colorado, decomposing bodies were found behind a door in a Pueblo funeral home run by the county coroner. On August 20th, inspectors carried out a required annual review of the Davis Mortuary, a funeral establishment in Pueblo, Colorado, for which Pueblo County Coroner Brian Cotter serves as the designated representative. The inspection followed a new state law that requires routine funeral home inspections, enacted earlier this year after a separate case involving improper storage of nearly 200 bodies.
Oh, Man.
During the inspection, officials uncovered a concealed hidden door behind a cardboard display, and upon entering the secret room, discovered multiple bodies in differing states of decay.
Egg.
Brian Cotter admitted the bodies were awaiting cremation, acknowledged some had been stored for about 15 years.
Oh, no.
How long is that cremation line?
Obviously, 200 people.
15 years. And stated he may have issued fake cremations to next of kin.
Oh, can you imagine the families just being upset about that one?
That's a lot of cutting early on Fridays, of 15 years of not finishing the thing. Oh, just so many bodies. You know what? They'll be there tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'll get them tomorrow. 15 years later. But maybe he didn't pay his gas bill. And he can't use the torch or something. I don't know.
Consequently, Davis Mortuary was obviously placed under a summary suspension, and the investigation was transferred to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, with ongoing legal actions involving Cotter and the mortuary. Hey, one of the guys that we know who was Kane County coroner is now
Russell.
running, right? Rob Russell is now running for sheriff.
Yes, he's
because
running for
the
Kane County
current sheriff is not seeking re-election.
Yeah, Haynes is not going to run again. So I guess there's a lot of candidates that's going to be involved in this race. And Rob Russell is one of them. And you know what? When he was coroner, he did an amazing job, remodeled the place, updated a lot of stuff, was working on getting a crime lab here for Kane County.
He put together a couple of programs as well for families and communities for those things. Also, I believe the current deputy sheriff is running for the Democrat ticket.
Right.
So I'd have to look up her name.
Well, also,
I just
too,
don't
is
know her off the top of my
one
head.
of the things Rob Russell did, and it's an amazing story as we're on this topic, there has been in the coroner's office a skull that was found in a wall in a house in St. Charles. They're in remodel in the 1950s. It was a skull. It was a human skull. And police were called, and they took the skull. And it's been sitting in the coroner's office for a long time. And you only got one shot for a hit on DNA.
Yeah.
And so he decided last year, I think it was last year while he was still coroner, he decided to go ahead and take that shot. Let's see if we could pull the DNA. They found a match.
Wow.
And it was a relative in Seattle, Washington. And when they contacted him and all that stuff, started digging into family history, it was actually a 17-year-old girl who was pregnant, had complications, and died, who lived in Indiana, which was an ancestor of his.
Wow.
And so she died in Indiana. How did the skull get all the way to Illinois? Back in that day, in the early 1900s, it was kind of like, I think it was like late 1800s. Either which way, you had people stealing cadavers out of cemeteries for medical schools. And that was the biggest thing back in that day. But it's just amazing how it got all the way to St. Charles.
Wow. Under Sheriff Amy Johnson. That's who's running as well. So former coroner Rob Russell running for Kane County Sheriff, and then now current Under Sheriff Amy Johnson is also running as well. Hope to bring more people on as we get closer to the elections, but there are a lot of people who are now starting to throw their name in for some of these, and I think it's a lot of the people that are jumping in when somebody says and they're announcing that they're not going to run.
Right.
Now's the time where everybody who's not going to run is making the announcement, so that people can start to formulate a campaign.
After August 5th is the official date that petition signing starts. That's when you can go out and start getting your petitions signed.
So we can get petitions now then?
Yeah, I got to get mine out there for PC again because I got to do that every 2 years. I know Donald Puckett's going to run for 43rd again, so he's out there knocking on doors. And it's going to be an interesting race, Sonar, here in this area because now you got Raja is going to run for Senate. Okay. Dick Durbin ain't going to run.
No.
So you got a lot of people out here. Penny Wegman, who is the circuit clerk.
I think so. That name sounds familiar.
Well, anyhow, yeah, she's in one of those spots. I know her mother is Sandy Wegman. She's got an elected spot that she won. But yeah, I hear she's going to go up for Kane County Treasurer against Chris Lawson.
Well, let's talk just for a second. Let's talk about primaries.
Yeah,
because that's really where we're in right now. Is we're at the cusp of the primary season.
Yeah,
is this the time that if I'm a voter and I don't necessarily like the way that the party is moving, is this the time to get in now, or should I wait until maybe more of the primary candidates start showing up? Or is this the time now to start, even then, maybe there's somebody that I want to encourage to maybe run and be part of that? What's the time frame if I'm looking at kind of not necessarily upsetting the party, but I want a hand on the way it's going to look?
You actually, now is the time to start. This is where you make up your mind. I'm in. I'm going to do this. Because, look what happened to Donald Puckett when he ran for 43rd. He got his petitions all done. In the 43rd, you need 500 petitions. There was a mix-up somewhere in his district, and they were challenged, and then they were thrown out. He was at, I think it was 600 and something. And they challenged him, and they were able to knock it down under 500. You're off the ballot.
Wow.
So then we went through a slating process, which then he has to go and do it again.
And he has to do that through the party too, right?
Right. He had to do it with the Kane County GOP. Andre Olario had to be one of the ones that slayed him, and so did, since he's also in Cook County, it was Hanover Township Chair. They both had to slate him in with witnesses and a lawyer. And once the slating process was done, Donald goes back out and hits the streets again. And this time we got him 750 petitions.
Hey.
And bam, and then we turned them all in, and you're ready to go. Well, then the House decided no slating for state representatives. And then it got taken to court and challenged. And then finally, great strategy by the Democratic Party. And then it finally got challenged to court to a point where there was a deadline, and deadline came, and it was like, okay, the 19 slates in Illinois are now on the ballot. But it took away a lot of time to get your, you don't know if you're on the ballot. Are you going to spend money on literature?
Yeah.
Are you going to spend money on signs? Are you going to go, campaign? You don't even know if you're on the ballot. So that kept him off the streets for a while. It hurt his campaign.
It sounds like it did.
That was a great strategy, though. You had to admit, smart.
Yeah,
smart, and that's how you beat your opponents, by being sneaky. But this time it ain't going to happen.
No, and the other side of it too is the gamesmanship and everything else. It's all about it's about having a fair game, right?
Right.
If you're, the issue is that we've gone away from policy, right? We've gone away from I'll do a better job than that person. We no longer have that. We have, my party is nicer to people than that party is. And I just happen to wear the party colors and do whatever. And so it's less about policy and less about I'm going to be the better candidate for you. And people want to play this, well, I've got party loyalties, so you have party loyalties, so you should vote for me. And honestly, I don't think any of that should ever kick in until after the primary has already happened.
Right.
Then it should be, let's all get behind the one person.
Well, like in the primaries, let's say in my township, we have, we can't endorse anybody in the primaries because there is 2 Republicans or 3 Republicans. Like, look at Robert Russell. He's going to have, I think, a total of 3 Republicans running for a ticket on that side, okay? I could be wrong. It could be 2 for sure. But you're going to have multiple. Even on the Democrat side, you're going to have multiple people running for one seat. So you can't say, okay, we're going to favor this, because then the party's going to be like, wow, you like him better than us?
Exactly. Well, even then, it's what's happening with Mamdani right now.
Right.
And what's happening with him is Como and Adams and the other establishment Democrats aren't getting behind him, even though he won the nomination.
Right.
See, and this is where this infuriates me with the blue no matter who people. Is it's blue no matter who, as long as it's the establishment Democrats. As soon as it's a blue person that they don't like, the establishment doesn't like, it's immediately, well, we don't believe in that type of democracy. We don't believe in that. So it's a lot of that change. And I get it. I get a lot of people on the blue side that beat me up over things. And it's just the truth of it.
Right.
We've seen the example after time and time again. Blue, no matter who, works the other direction as well. When the primary comes in and people who vote in the primary put the candidate in front of you, it can't be, well, you know what? Hillary's next. Oh, well, you know what? Biden did a real good job when he was vice president.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? This Kamala Harris lady, it's always blue no matter who for the voters.
Yeah.
It's never blue no matter who when the voters choose a different person.
Right.
Which, again, it goes back to why I don't believe Democrats know the word democracy, just like I don't believe Republicans necessarily know the word republic. So it's just a pet peeve of mine with the parties for here. But we're getting a lot more candidates. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah, we are getting it. But you got to remember something. They work for us.
Yeah.
That's who we vote for. We don't work for them. And I think that's the message that they forget. So that's why what you're saying is all in a nutshell. You just lose that concept, and that's not what it's supposed to be about.
Well, and here's the other side of it is there's two issues that everybody screams about with voting. Gerrymandering is the biggest, or maybe not the biggest one everybody screams about, but probably the biggest one everybody screams about is term limits.
Yeah.
Term limits and gerrymandering all start at the primary level. They always do. This is the time. If you don't like gerrymandering and you don't like term limits, change it in the primaries. If you don't vote party lines, then gerrymandering doesn't count. If you're not one of those people that goes, nope, I've always voted red, I've always voted blue, that's how gerrymandering works, is they assume that you will continue to vote that direction. So they gerrymander you into a place. And then the second thing is stop voting for incumbents.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, vote for somebody different. And this is the time to do it, especially if you want to stay party loyal.
Yep.
Voting for incumbents after the ballot is already put out isn't as good as voting for incumbents.
You like those candidates to say, I only want to run for one term and fix things and then move on. And then 30 years later, they're still sitting there. If you want to get term limits, it's got to be a referendum. Yeah. It's the only way it's going to happen.
Well, like I said, we got to stop beating up on Joe Biden. No, I'm just
he's gone. Okay, he's gone. He's just retirement.
Talk about somebody who says I'm going to be here for one term and leave.
Yeah.
Is there? Hey, I keep saying Bears. The Sox. The Bears are playing here in about 90 seconds. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being a part of Apolitical Talk Show. Thank you as well, Mr. Keys, for being here. Have a great weekend, guys, and enjoy some of this sweet, sweet football.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been